Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the show today. Very happy to have you here. Hopefully everything has been well. I've had quite the weekend. You guys know from Drone Recorded last week that my GPU went down. Well, that was my speculation, and I was correct. I'm going to go over here and hit that like and share. And if you can do me a favor, Thundero, and check to see if audio is coming through correctly and the intros audio and all that stuff was working, if you wouldn't mind, please.
Let's see what we got. Hang
All
on.
right, he's getting to it. I had to basically rebuild the computer in basically, you know. So
Excellent.
it is what it is. Is it working?
Your sound is, let me see. I'll let it play for a minute and then I'll hear if I'm working.
Okay. Well, whilst he does that, I'll come back over here and keep doing what I'm doing. I think I've got everything set up, but basically, I had myself a GTX 1080 Ti, one of the legendary GPUs that they've created over
Mhm.
the past couple of decades, and I kept it as long as I could. But finally, she, what's the word? Shit the bed. So I had to go and finally update my GPU, although my system is already very highly updated. This year or the end of last year, I think it was. So my whole system now is a 5 series ROG. I guess I just should have done it earlier. He said he can hear us both fine and clear, and
Yeah, we're good.
the intro was working as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. I did it all right, guys. I did it
He did
correctly.
it all.
I did. But hopefully this will work. We won't have any more problems. I think what I was getting was extreme bottlenecking, particularly
Mhm.
with, I think, with Microsoft forcing everything onto Windows 11. To be fair, I did upgrade myself, so I am on Windows 11 now, and they have improved it quite a bit. I do need to go and cut some of the bloat out, but to be fair, I'm not a person that puts my credit card on the lines.
On the interwebs?
No, well, I do, but I do it in a very specific manner.
Mm.
But so that it isn't on my actual computer. I don't do that in that way. Nevertheless,
Hmm.
it looks like everything's working. I got everything back up. I didn't really get the one I wanted, and I hate the timing. I literally had I felt sick to my stomach, dude. You know
Yep.
how I am. You know how I research the hell out of everything, and I'm very pedantic about what I buy. And I know there's going to be a new 6 series coming out this what April probably. And here I am
Mhm.
in frickin' November buying a brand new GPU, and they ain't cheap, just so you know.
They're not. No. Well, I mean, they're cheaper than they used to be. At least last time. Well, I don't know about over there, but over here they are. But the last time I upgraded my computer was during COVID, and that was pricey, but I needed it. Needed it desperately, so I just said screw it and did it.
Yeah, no, I was in the same situation. I got a 570, a 5070 series
Mhm.
NVIDIA GTX, and it's it says Roger says it's coming out that those GTX are becoming quite trash now, and scalpers are raking in the cash. It's true. I did spend like $1,000 for all the for the GPU and all that stuff. I bought a new monitor as well because the monitor I was using was actually you know those plugins for the monitor that have the two thumb screws on each side.
Yes.
Yeah, I was using that, and they don't make them anymore. The GPUs don't even offer it anymore. All I got is a display ports, a lot of them, and a couple of
Mhm.
HDMI's in the GPU.
Mhm.
Because when you set up your computer, what do you run through the GPU and what do you run through the motherboard, right? And you have to
Mhm.
make these decisions. Things like, say, monitors and stuff like that, you want to run through the GPU, right? You want everything going through, coming out the GPU, not out the motherboard. The
Mhm.
motherboard is for mices and keys and cameras and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Although I do have a badass ROG Strix motherboard. That thing is an absolute monster. And of course, now I'm up to 12 gigabytes of in GPU RAM assistance. plus all
Mm.
that high, DDR5 and all that kind of stuff. Um,
Yeah.
so, the system is now mega beast. So, I'm
Beast
happy.
mode.
Yeah, beast mode. I am happy with it, but I just made me sick to my stomach, man. I hate doing that. But I had to, and the 5070 is a pretty solid choice in that thing. It's not the highest end, but the highest end ones are having problems, heat problems. Although since I did switch my system over to a water cooled system, I've had literally zero issues.
Yeah, yeah. Heat heat is actually pretty manageable if you just know what you're doing. You do your
Yeah,
research.
yeah,
Water cooled is good, or just proper ventilation. A lot of people, the real problem they have is their case is wrong. They have too small of a case. You need a little bit bigger case with multiple. Like mine has like I think 6 fans in it.
yeah.
It's got three. Yeah, yeah. It does. No, it has seven. It has three in the front, three in the back, and then one on the top,
Right,
and that heat's coming out of there. A lot of times in the winter, I'll close the furnace vent to this room because if I'm gaming, my computer or my TV, if I have my computer and my TV going at the same time, I'm good.
right.
There's
Yeah,
so much electronics heat in here. I'm good. It's nice and toasty. Sometimes I even open the window because it
yeah.
gets so hot in here.
Well, I do have good cross ventilation in the computer. The GPU itself has three of its own fan systems. Plus, I have the
Yeah.
water cooled system. So I've been monitoring it, and I will continue to monitor it because the case I have is it's wide enough, but I did have to drop one fan, but I adjusted everything so that I could have really good cross. These freaking modern GPUs are gigantic, dude.
They are.
They're
Yeah.
gigantic.
But they're powerful.
They
They
are.
are powerful.
I had to buy myself a damn post to deal with SAG. That was an extra $8,
$8 whole for a
eight
little
whole
piece.
bucks, and I had to buy a new monitor, and it's really too big, but I'm already getting used to it. But I got,
Yeah, I love a big monitor. I have a 31-inch monitor. I love it.
well, I got,
I couldn't imagine not having it anymore.
yeah, I'm getting used to it. So they're a little bit too big, but I just backed myself up a little bit. But they're both
Mhm.
100 megahertz, and boy, do you notice the difference! My God, dude.
Mhm. Mhm.
Especially with because I did go do some bench testing uh, for the new system, and it is an absolute beast. Although I am still very impressed with that 1080 Ti because that thing was amazing for a decade, dude. What, almost a
Yeah.
decade, right? I mean, a really good GPU. Of course, it is a legend GPU, and I'm happy I had it. But its time is done. It's resting peacefully dead in a box. Maybe I'll mount it on a wall. Nevertheless, here we are, and everything seems to be functioning. My monitors, because what happened, the GPU was failing. And like I said, I do have a ROG Strix motherboard, which is a really, really beast motherboard, and she was able to run normal operations. But once I started, Discord streaming, all of these visuals, these graphics being used, it couldn't handle what the GPU wasn't doing. It was bottlenecking, I think. But I have to give props to the Strix motherboard. It's a freaking beast to be able to do that. Because I didn't. Unfortunately, I had no warning because the motherboard was handling so much and I wasn't aware of it. But these modern motherboards are absolute beasts, dude.
Mhm.
So that's cool. But the system seems to be working. We haven't shut off. Everything seems to be working really well. Like I said, I think I was having a major bottlenecking issue, which is one of the big problems with because the problem is when you have Microsoft switch over to a new system. Now, to be fair, they've done a lot of repairs since they dropped Windows 11. They have. But when you do that, everybody and their brother has to do it as well. So you start getting other things coming in, and it creates severe, loads on your GPUs when you're doing many things at the same time. So don't have any illusions or delusions. Sorry. If you want to run a YouTube channel, you better get yourself a beefy GPU
Yeah.
Because holy dude, not only are you running all your stuff, you're running everybody through you. Now with just he and I here, we have less load. But keep in mind when I do my art show, which is where it finally failed, I got what, 12 people that I'm
Mm-hmm.
streaming everyone through the system. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I suggest I definitely promote everyone going out and try to do their own YouTube stuff. It is fun. It's a lot of fun. You're not going to make any money on it, but it's
Most
fun.
likely, yeah.
Yeah. But you better make
I'd
sure
love
you
to,
got a
Chester.
system.
I'm not allowed.
Why?
You don't remember? Beginning of last year, and I'm sorry, in December of last year, Booster and I tried to make. I told you this, didn't I?
No.
We tried to make like a political commentary channel,
Ah.
where basically all I would do is just like read off headlines and articles, kind of like we do here, but just in brief videos, just me and him. Like it was just me doing the. He was just editing it for me, and I got 4 videos in before they banned me for quote misinformation.
Oh,
I tried to appeal, even though literally all I was doing was reading
they don't
articles.
care. They
So
don't care.
I
They
don't know
don't
how it
care.
was misinformation because all I
Yeah.
was doing was reading articles. Tried to appeal it, and they said nope.
Yeah.
And then I went back and checked later, and they changed with the reasoning because now it's not misinformation. Now it's something I can't remember, something to do with copyright or something.
Oh yeah,
And
sure.
I'm like,
They
there's
do
no
not give a
way we
shit, dude.
violated
No.
anything.
No.
We didn't do anything. The only thing we could figure is remember when the drones thing was going on off the
Right. New
coast,
Jersey. Yeah.
all them drones.
Yeah.
We talked about that, and then I had I had done some speculation about like what it could be, and I played a video of one of the sheriffs talking about it, like what's going on out here. Like they're not really sure, blah 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 blah. What he thinks it might be, what's going on, and that was it. That's the only thing it could have been. The other video was about daylight savings time and whether or not we should end it. I don't know how you could get misinformation off of that.
Right.
Other video was literally just something Trump was saying. I don't even remember at the time.
Oh well, he's the
And I think
enemy.
yeah, and it just not only did they ban me, once your account gets a flag, if you try to make anything else under that email or your IP,
Hmm.
they will ban it pretty much right away within a week or so.
Oh sure.
And so yeah, I literally can't unless I get a whole new IP address and do all of that, or somebody else makes the channel for me.
Which you
There's no
can.
way for me to.
There
Yeah,
is
there's
ways
no
to
way
do
for me to
that.
do so.
Yeah.
But it's why it was wild. Even boosters like I still don't know what we supposedly did. I'm like I don't either, bro. I see a million channels doing everything we were doing, at least on YouTube. On both sides of the whatever side you want to be on, you can find the arguments. Well, you can find what people think are arguments for these headlines and for the political spectrum. And all we was doing was trying to do that. And for some reason, YouTube decided that wasn't allowed
Yeah.
and banned us.
Yeah. No, no, YouTube is absolutely occupied. Although there are cracks right now. There's a lot of cracks. Trump has created the cracks. And Roger, I got a 55-inch Bravia sitting right next to me, dude. No worries. And it's LinkedIn. It's my
Me
third
too.
monitor. Yeah.
I have well, mine's not LinkedIn. It could be. I just need a cable,
Yeah,
but
HDMI. Yeah.
it's sitting right next to me, too, off to my left. My system's to my right. So the way I'm paint a picture. Walk into my room, you get this big ass leather rocking recliner. That's what I sit in. That's what I'm sitting in right now. To my right is my computer, my desk, all my stuff. I can just turn. This is a swivel chair, so I can just turn it. Bam! Now I'm on the computer. To my left is the giant ass TV on this big ass dresser that we have, because this is also like our dressing room. On this big ass dresser that we have, uh, 55-inch, got a PS5 hooked to it, the whole deal.
Right.
So it's pretty nice. It's a pretty comfy little setup, and that's why I really like having the bigger monitor. Because if I had a smaller monitor here, that'd be a real pain in the ass to have to deal with this setup. Whereas now I can literally just turn to my right, bam, turn to my left, TV. It's wonderful. It's
Yeah.
wonderful, Chester.
No, that is good. It is nice to have a nice little entertainment system. Of course, that's also what's killing cinema, though. People have literally cinema in their
Hmm.
house. But
Well, they haven't. The big problem is they haven't give us one. It's too expensive for what you're getting. The,
right,
the 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 value ratio is way off. And two, they haven't done anything to increase that. They've tried a few different things here or there. Some of these cinemas have, but the reality of it is there needs to be a reason that I'm going. If it's a cool, really cool movie, then people will go. Right? We know
sure,
they still will come
sure,
out, but it one Hollywood isn't giving us that hardly anymore, and
right.
two, the theaters they're just not. I honestly, I don't even think they're trying. I think they've all just kind of accepted their fate at this point
Right.
because you and I have talked about it. There's so many ways they could gimmick this and get people in the door, and they just don't seem interested. They
Well,
just don't seem interested.
keep in mind also that China does own most of the theaters in America.
True.
Remember this, and who knows what their ultimate motives are. Somali, holy crap, dude! I
Look at
have
him.
not seen you forever. Can't stay and listen. I hope everyone has been well. It's been a while. I'll catch you guys on a better time. God bless you all. Well, thank you very much. I haven't seen him in quite a while.
I think our boy,
Yeah.
I think our boy Sam over here found him a girl, and that's where he's been. I
Oh,
think
good. Well,
because
good for
I'm
him.
friends with him on Facebook, and I'm pretty sure I've seen pictures of him with a lady, which is
Oh,
good.
nice.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah, no, that's great, dude. That's always good. I saw Pocket Jacks come up. We're actually going to take a look at it. We know we've talked to we have a lot of creators on our channel over the years, not only comic book people but animators and movie makers. And Pocket Jacks, of course, is a movie maker, and he's got a movie out that he just put out, and he got himself some Army Hammer.
Well, Army Hammer.
That's a pretty big
The
get,
fact that
dude.
that's a real name is silly to me. That
Well, yeah,
that's a
but
real person.
that's a pretty good get, dude. It's a pretty good
It
get.
is, yeah.
And we've seen some other stuff. We also have, we've had a YouTuber who, of course, does movie critiques. Chris, oh, what's his name? But anyway, he came out with Shelby Oaks, and it looks like it's a pretty solid little horror movie. Not perfect, but for your first venture, it's not bad at all. Happy to see creators getting out there and doing more. Always, of course. Yeah, it's really nice. But nice to see you, Somali. It's been quite a while. But
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is. We just keep plodding along, having ourselves some fun, chatting, and taking a look at the various things that are going on in the world. One of the things we're going to talk about, if you didn't notice from the title, um, is Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
Now, we're going to get into a little bit more here later, but they are making a very clear play to shift away from oil, and
mhm,
they keep saying that it's going to run out. Now,
which is bullshit, but
w-
they can say that if they like.
well, pockets might run out, but it
Yeah,
itself
but
is not what they
the
say.
deep earth reserves will not run out
No, they
ever.
won't, because as science progresses more and more, it's starting to seem that oil is actually not a natural production of the earth itself.
That's
It
right.
has nothing to do with dinosaurs. Now, natural gas does, methane.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is literally from old, plant life, rotted plant life,
In
sure,
poop.
and stuff like that. But oil,
Mhm,
crude, is not that. And the only
correct.
reason we think so, and the whole dinosaur thing like that, is really we've talked about it before, is coming out of Rockefeller. And his
Mhm.
just propaganda to sell more oil and be able to charge more money for it, and it worked.
And it worked.
You
He
know
made
the bad
basically
guys.
trillions.
He did. The bad guys win a lot, if you haven't
They do.
noticed.
They're very good at being at winning.
Bad
That's
guys. Yeah,
this is the main reason why I believe there is a cosmic justice because
I hope so.
if there's not, then the world really sucks. It
It
extra
does.
sucks.
It does. But it's all right. We do enjoy talking about the various politics and stuff, but in reality, just enjoy your life at home
Have
with your
fun.
family. Have fun. Unless it's right in your face and causing you direct trouble, which usually it isn't. Although the taxation is out of control. I mean, the past 100 years, dude, has more than 100 years. Is just
Oh, yeah.
insane,
Yeah.
dude.
Can we talk real quick about these so-called conservatives who, for some reason, because Ron DeSantis has decided he wants to get rid of property tax in Florida, they're now simping for property tax as if it's this great noble thing?
Oh
I'm
no,
seeing
no,
this everywhere.
no.
I said, wait.
Yeah,
I thought we didn't like taxes. What are we doing?
yeah.
Well, we need these ones. Oh, do we?
Nuke that
Who?
from
Who's
orbit.
we?
Yeah, hold on. I'll
Who's
be back in
we?
a second. You tell them about property tax.
These people that are supposedly against big government. That's their whole situation they always go on about. Okay, fine. I'm with you. I'm mostly against it too. Um, property taxes are a relatively new rendition of a very old concept, and that concept is serfdom, is feudalism. It's a neo-feudalistic endeavor designed to enslave you and your property to the state. I don't even know how they're even allowed in America at all on a fundamental level. One of the three guaranteed rights in the Constitution, we have three. There's actually only three. People think there's more, there's not. There's actually only three. One is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, the pursuit of happiness is an interesting little turn of phrase. What did he mean when he said life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Uh, well, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness was actually supposed to be life, liberty, and the pursuit of property or the acquisition of property, the ability to own property. They changed it to make it sound a little bit more artistic, a little bit more poetic, and because the purpose of acquiring resources and property is happiness. For some reason, we've allowed these communists to convince us that wealth doesn't bring happiness. Okay, I've tried both. I assure you, being wealthy is much better than being poor. It's not even debatable. Uh, Regardless, property taxes are a Marxist neo-feudalistic bullshit endeavor designed to convince you that you don't actually own anything ever, and to rob you of your birthright as not only an American but as a free human being. All free human beings, all of them. The only thing that makes us free, the one definition that you could ever come up with, is the ability to procure and maintain their own property.
Yeah.
Property is dignity. There is no exception. There is no separation. I'm not saying it's going to solve every problem you have. It isn't. But it is absolutely required for you to be a person to be able to own property.
Right.
That is very basic, foundational, fundamental philosophy of the American way of life. And
Well,
anybody who argues with it needs to get the fuck out of my country.
even
Period.
historically.
Yes.
But
Yes.
but yeah, no. The ownership of property is essential to the individual's ability to be free. And of
Yes.
course, these property taxes take away your ownership completely, and it
Yep.
affects the rich as well. The only people who
Yeah.
aren't affected are the true elites, right?
Yep.
But the rich are affected as well. It's complete
Or the
bullshit.
super poor who
Or the
don't
super
care.
poor where
Yep.
it's meaningless. Uh,
Yep.
but um, but yeah, no, it is
No, this is the
outrageous. We know
argument I'm
this.
hearing from these so-called conservatives, Chester. This is how crazy they've gone.
Well, they're not
They're
conservative
saying
then. Yeah.
they're saying if they get rid of property tax, then all of the wealthy people are going to buy up all the property. And I just want you to understand, it isn't taxes
They
that
already
keep them
are.
from buying property. They already are. It's already happening. It will always happen. It is literally like one of the number one ways that any financial expert will teach you to hedge your investments is to buy
My
property.
my hand
What are we talking about?
my hand is up.
It's up,
Yeah.
Chester.
Yes. I own a lot of property.
Yeah, in Japan.
Oh, and I own property in Mexico and America
Yeah,
and France and Malta and Scotland, and yeah, I own property.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's BS.
I'm just agreeing
It's
with
pure
you.
BS.
So,
No, it's just pure BS that these people are trying to, because there's this weird, and I guess it's not weird. I understand where it comes from and I agree with it on principle, but this idea that we have to punish the older people that are wealthy because they have property and whatever that they've had for 45, 50, 60, whatever years, and that will somehow make it balance the scales so younger people can get in on the market. No, I'm going to tell you right now, one of the main reasons I bought this house was not anything other about the actual house itself. One of the main reasons, in fact, it was number two, the property taxes were low in my area. That's it. That's why this house was purchased and not the one in the nicer neighborhood, because I just didn't want to pay those property taxes. That was the only reason.
yeah.
That other one had a bigger yard, it had a nicer layout, everything, but the property taxes were triple than what they are here. And I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
I don't want it that bad.
Yeah.
I'll just get this one. This one's nice. So don't tell me that shit. And this was when I was super, lower middle class. Now I'm more in the middle, but super lower middle class. And even I had to make that calculation. So I don't want to hear this bullshit that it's going to somehow empower the rich to do the things that they're already doing. What are we talking about? It's so stupid. The only thing property taxes actually do is it makes the middle be squeezed. The rich don't give a shit. That it's nothing to them. The poor don't give a shit because they don't own anything anyway. That's why they're poor. So the only people who actually yet again get fucked over is the upper to middle class people, like the upper middle class people. You know,
Right.
your tax base in America, the people who pay for basically everything when you break it down. Besides the super rich, who their taxes do a lot of work too, but to them it's nothing. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. Like you think Elon's stressing? You think Elon's stressing over property taxes? No, no. So it needs to go away. And let's take out all the pragmatic arguments. We'll go right to the heart of the matter. It's morally evil. It's evil. It's feudalism. It's serfdom, and I won't have it. Nobody in America should ever have had it. The fact that we allowed it to happen without killing these people is a great testament to our restraint, because that is outrageous that we allowed them to make us serfs. But that's what we've done. That's what we are. You don't own your property. Some government bureaucrat effectively does, because they get to decide if you get to keep it if you don't pay your rent, which is what it is. And we've watched these people kick out old ladies who've been living in the same house for 25, 35 years, probably that their husband either bought or built with his
Right.
own hands.
Right.
And we're watching them kick these ladies out over 100, 200, $300 that they couldn't afford to pay, or they just forgot to pay because they're old and they didn't remember. That's outrageously evil on a level that it's very hard to even make a good comparison. That's just evil. That's just wrong, and everybody should be against it. So if I have to hear one more of these so-called conservative commentators come out and simp for property taxes, because where are we going to get the money? You're not.
You're
That's the
not.
point.
That's the point.
It's
Reduce
we're
your
cutting it
budget.
down.
Yeah. Well, I actually am able to pay all my taxes from. I own a strip mall in Amarillo, Texas.
Hmm.
It's got a TCBY in it.
Nice.
Nice. And not an O'Reilly's. It's got another auto parts store in it as well. But anyway,
Interesting.
for my rents on that stuff, I'm able to pay all my taxes for everything. But which means I don't put any profit in my pocket from it, but I don't lose out either. Um, but
Right.
um, but yeah, it's a major pain in the ass. Of course, we have a big issue going on right now at the second we speak in Chicago, where he's dropped
Chicago.
big property that stupid mayor has dropped
Yep.
big property taxes on everyone. They actually sent out the bills this week, so they're all getting them. Of course, the New York Mamdani guy, he's going to do that, and the new Seattle girl, who get this, the girl has never built or done anything in her entire life. She literally lives her life by mommy and daddy paying, giving her thousands of dollars a month to survive. But yet now she's the
What a
mayor of
surprise.
Seattle.
Hmm. Hmm.
Genius. It sounds like
Sounds
Bernie
very Marxist.
Sanders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But that's all right. These blue places are going socialist to push against their ongoing TDS. And good. Melt.
Yep.
I hope New
They're
York,
gonna.
Chicago, Minneapolis, all these idiot places. I hope you melt, just absolutely melt down into absolute disaster, because that's when people will learn, and then you'll get decades of rebirth. The problem is we're stuck in this ugly cycle.
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
damn Marx guy.
He was a
Unbelievable.
blight.
He continues to be
Since
so.
since Muhammad, he there. I don't think we've had anybody who's been quite a blight
Well,
on humanity like this guy.
which creation of Muhammad?
Well, the one that the Muslims think that they claim they don't worship, but I
You
mean,
mean the
come on,
one
they
500
worship.
years ago? Okay, fine.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Good. Anyway, but yeah, we all know that sucks. But good on DeSantis down in Florida, though. Good on him.
He's killing it.
Right.
I get why people didn't want him to run against Trump, because that was tactically stupid. Why would we
Yep.
divide our energy
Yep.
like that? And that was the correct thing. Trump was. I said it from the beginning. He was going to win. There was no chance. I didn't think it didn't matter who they ran. He was coming. But regardless, I mean, you got Vance and you got DeSantis are probably both going to run in 28. I'm fine with either of them. I'd rather Vance just because I think he's a better communicator. Ron is a little bit mealy mouthed, but he is a fantastic governor. He's fantastic at his job, and I really approve of that. So this has been a push that some of the Republicans have been doing, Republican governors have been doing. They even tried in this state. They were pushing it in the Congress and whatever, to abolish property taxes and find other ways of generating revenue. Somebody said online, "Well, yeah, they abolished the property tax and they put a 30% sales tax on." I'm like, okay, the sales tax is not immoral. It's not moral, but it's not immoral. Property tax is immoral. A sales tax is just a transaction fee, effectively.
Mhm.
I'm actually far more okay with that existing. I'd rather none of it exists, but I'm much more okay with that existing than I am. Oh, you live here? Oh, well, you owe me money just for breathing. What
Right.
the fuck
Well,
out of here?
the highest property taxes in America are in New Jersey, Illinois,
Yep.
blue states, which you would expect. But Texas is up in there as well. Texas has high property tax, right?
Yep.
But here is the issue, right? And this is what happens because they are making money off of property tax. What they'll go and they'll do is try to revalue the cost of
Yep.
property and then
Yep.
kick it up so you pay more taxes. This is why
Did it
we
to
have
me.
literal sheds that cost $1 million,
Yep.
because they're going to make their 1.5, 2% annual tax off of that rate, right? Off of
Yep.
what it's valued. This is why your home prices have gone through the roof because all these blue bastards wanting to make more money off of their rate. Because if they increase the rate, they're going to get a lot of noise. So, oh, let's just increase your value. Therefore, we make more money, right? They've quadrupled the value, right?
Yep.
Take into account something like New Jersey, right? You're looking at the average home price is near $500,000, dude. Half a million
Hmm.
dollars, right? And you're looking at people paying $5,000, $6,000 a year just to keep the house that they already own, right? That's
Yep.
that's that's basically $500 rent a month
Yep.
is what it is what it comes
Outrageous.
down to. And that doesn't come into any of the cost of maintenance, repair, because when you own property, shocker, you need to maintain it.
That's
Right?
right.
So you need to put money aside for repainting, new water heaters,
Yep.
whatever. You never know when if you're a homeowner, any of you listening, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah.
If some problem comes up, and they do, you got to get it fixed. You have no choice in the matter, right?
Yep.
And of course, you need to prepare for that. But with these ridiculous property taxes, it makes it much more difficult to do so. I mean, it's
Yes.
pretty simple, right? This isn't rocket science.
No.
And of course, they're just increasing them more and more. And that idiot, what is that moron's name in Chicago? That mayor, what's his name?
Oh, I don't know. I don't
Brian
remember. I try
Johnson,
not
I
to.
think, something Johnson. Um,
It sounds right.
and he's saying, well, it's only increasing by 2%. What? That's doubling the national average, dude. More than doubling.
Yes, which is
It's like
outrageous.
2.5, upwards of 3% depending on the state. Now we do have some states that don't have property tax whatsoever. I think there are what,
Mhm.
10 of them, maybe.
Something like that.
I
Yeah, look it up.
yeah, look it up. Tell me what states. We know Florida is. I think there's like 10. I think Iowa is pretty low, if not zero. I think there are 10.
All right, what do we have? What states don't have property tax? There's actually quite a few. Looks like we got Alabama. According to this, Hawaii. Is that true? You live there.
No,
Uh,
Hawaii is low, but it's not zero.
let's see. Let's see. Property tax by state and county 2025. What do we got? What do we got here? Well, I don't want it by county. That'll be annoying to try and figure out. Okay. I mean, a lot of the ones out west are super low. You know,
Yeah.
the middle states out west are super low, if not nothing. Then a bunch of the southern states are super low. Looks like South Carolina is under 1%, like super duper low. And these are the effective rates. These aren't exactly, the
Right, and
rate,
but
if you know
but
what I mean.
but in those places, your house will still cost $150,000 instead
Right,
of 1.5 million, right?
right, right. So excuse me, I keep burping. There's a lot of places that do have very low to none in America, which is good. That's what it should be. The fact that there's any at all, and then the other argument that I keep hearing from these people, which is whew, infuriating. Well, what's good? How are you going to pay for the services that come to you? What do you mean? I pay for all my services. I pay for my own
Yeah,
water. I pay for
taxes.
my own electricity. I pay for my own gas. What services are they providing me? Roads? Oh, you know what pays for those? Gas tax in basically every state in the union. The
Right.
tax they put on your gas that they don't tell you about anymore. If you ever notice in America, they used to show you what was the tax and what was not. I remember this. They
Sure.
don't anymore. Now they just put the flat price. This is what you pay. Uh, that is where the road maintenance fees are supposed to come from. That whether or not the property tax, some people say it pays for the school. Listen to me. I grew up out in the country, and in where I grew up, there was a school district. It was called Liberty Center, and Liberty Center had specific school taxes just for the school district that you paid every paycheck. No, if you lived out there, you paid it. That was how it worked. You do not have you do not have to tax property to collect these fees. If they're very vital, whatever it is for, then you just make a new tax for that specific thing. That's the way taxes up until 1913 were commanded by the Supreme Court to be apportioned in America, or commanded by the Constitution to be apportioned in America before that lovely amendment that allowed them to tax you for whatever the fuck they want. Uh, they used to have to be apportioned, meaning they had to have a purpose. This is this tax. This is what it does. Now they can just throw everything into a big bucket, and that's it. That's the end of that conversation. They can do with it what they want. They in most places anyway, and they don't have to barely account for it if you don't notice the waste that's going on. But that would be fantastic return to form if we had taxes that were called exactly what they're for, and that's what they're used for by law. And if even one red penny is used for anything else, then the person who's responsible for it goes to jail.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Can we have that?
Yeah. Well, keep this in mind when we talk about taxes, right? Let alone our tax on our gasoline, cigarettes,
Yep. Hmm.
property taxes, car taxes, which are a lot, right?
Hmm.
All those other little hidden taxes that you're getting hit with all the time. Just put that aside, right? Your federal tax. If you make $17,000 a year or under 17,000, you'd pay 10%. Now, if you're married, you can. I think it's 24. But this is head of household type of stuff. Now that's 10%, right? If you make over $626,000 a year, it is 37%. That's federal, right? State,
Right.
right? Let's go look at states here. Pick one.
Michigan.
Michigan. That starts with an M.
It
Michigan,
does.
4.25%. Not bad. California, 13.
Woof.
Right? But let's
That's a
take your
number.
Michigan. Let's say you're doing pretty well for yourself. Let's say you're making six figures, right? 100,000. So you're paying
Yep.
22% federal, right?
Hmm.
Then, although Trump is trying to end that, then you add that 4.25%. So that's another quarter on top of the quarter. So that's well, what did I say that was? So now you're what 100,000. Yeah, so that's 35, 36%. And then, of
Yep.
course, you have sales tax, which what in America, what is the average? 10%?
No, I don't think it's that high. It might be, but I don't think so. Mine here, the sales tax here is done by county in Ohio for the most part. There's a baseline, and then the counties can adjust it if they want. And I want to say the highest in Ohio is 7%,
Okay.
but it might be higher other
But then you
places,
add all those other little taxes. Basically, half your money is going to
if not more.
taxes, and
Yeah.
if not more, depending where you live. If you're in California or New York, especially if because keep in mind taxes are applied can be applied by state and municipality and
Yep.
county and HOA, right?
Yep.
So it could get a lot uglier, right? But on average, the American citizen is paying 50%, 40 to 50% of all your money is going toward taxation. And therefore, what do you get for it? Let's think about it for a minute. right? What do you get for all of that money? You get a medical system, a healthcare system that demands that you have healthcare, which costs hundreds of dollars per person a month. I mean, what are you paying? 600 bucks a month each?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
I pay 100 bucks a month for my family.
right. And for top shelf, by the way, Japan.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not like
yeah.
Japan has, rinky-dink operations over
No,
there. They're some of the best in the world.
right. But I'm just, it is outrageous, right? So, okay, your taxes are doing nothing for healthcare whatsoever. And if you don't
Yep.
get healthcare because of Obamacare, you're going to get fined anyway, right?
Well, not
So,
anymore, thankfully.
well, have
Thankfully,
they got
Trump
rid
did
of
get rid
that
of that.
finally? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
Trump did it. Trump got rid of that.
Such a
Uh,
disgusting system. And blame Mitt
yeah.
Romney, by the way,
Well,
right?
and John McCain because
Oh,
they had
fuck
it
those
appealed.
rhinos, dude.
They had all the votes they needed, and that son of a bitch McCain came off his literal deathbed to vote so that Obamacare would stay, just in spite of Trump. That
Yeah,
happened.
yeah,
That
because
was real.
he's a prick, and he's the one, the main one that went over and created the Ukraine situation. By the way,
Yep.
McCain, right? That fucker.
Yep.
But anyway, so you have that. So healthcare is not, your taxes are not doing anything for healthcare. You are paying for that. All right.
Right.
Let's take a look at our school systems. Our school systems are coming out of all kind of other taxes. Do you have tolls? Do you have a local municipality tax? I bet you do. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
where do those monies go? Supposedly going into the schools, right? Okay, my taxes aren't covering that. Do my taxes cover the infrastructure like roads and bridges? Well, we know the infrastructure in America is on its knees because it's the first thing they cut. Okay, so, well, your taxes aren't doing for that. So your taxes are not taking care of healthcare. They're not taking care of schools. They're not taking care of your roads. Are they taking care of your fire and police? All of them are underfunded. Where's all this damn money going, dude? Where is your 50% of your money that you make every year or more if you're successful? Don't be successful in America. That's just
No.
un-American, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So where is all this damn money going? Where is it going?
The
It's
black hole that is welfare
that.
entitlements, as they call
It's
them
also
now.
going, of course, now with immigration, but it's also going into the 450 plus, we don't really know, federal departments, and the states are uglier, by the way, so that you
Mm-hmm.
can make sure that you have a lot of federal employees who are getting paychecks for doing jack and shit.
Yes. If not Jack and shit and other shit at the same time. I remember seeing this thing where this guy, this federal employee had been employed for like 20 years. He never came to work in over a decade, never showed up. Was still employed collecting a paycheck. He did literally nothing basically that entire time and he got over six figures a year while
Yep,
he was just out doing whatever the hell he wanted because it was near impossible to fire him once he got on contract.
yep,
Near impossible.
yep. That's ridiculous.
It's just crazy.
Now, keep in mind the Roman Empire, in whatever form you want to take it, as the Republic and the Empire, the Holy Roman Empire, the Byzantine Ottoman Empire. They're all the same thing. I know, shocker to you if you didn't know that. We're looking at nearly 3,000 years of history, right? Now,
Yep.
during that period, the Roman Empire taxed 10%, and they were very strict about it, and they put usury laws in, very strict ones, particularly when it became the Holy Roman Empire, which the Germans tried to create, but the French, seeking revenge, actually did implement under
Hmm.
Charlemagne and later emperors, of course. But nevertheless, so. Why did they do that? Well, they did that to keep the. How long has it been? Let me check time real quick. They did that to keep the Jews in line
That's right.
because they were overtaxing everywhere with their banking, because they've always had that money. Because keep in mind, I've told you before, the money of Egypt that left with Moses, Akhenaten, that guy, all the
Hmm.
gold that came out of there eventually ended up in the caves in Switzerland, and the Jews have held that for thousands and thousands of years, right?
Wait, Chester, you're telling me that the most powerful ruler in the region, maybe the world, didn't send all of his entire army after some slaves?
No, shocking that.
Oh,
Yeah,
huh. That's
shocking
kind of
that.
weird.
Yeah. Um, But anyway, my point being that's so the Roman Empire spent a lot of effort to try to keep the Jewish bankers in line, to keep them
Yep.
from abusing not only them, the government, but the people. And they were successful at it. And then some jackass came along and decided to do something that we call the Reformation. And boy, did they let those unleash those gates, dude. Here,
Oh,
just
bro,
within
and if you try to argue against usury, even to supposed Christians, it's almost always the Protestants who scream the loudest that you're being crazy or whatever.
or the fake
It's
ones,
yeah, it's ridiculous how many people in America have just accepted usury as if it's some inevitable necessary thing that you must have.
right?
Keep in mind that you're talking about Saudi Arabia, you're talking about all these other places. All these Muslim countries, there's no usury in them. It's
No,
strictly
it's
outlawed
very
in them.
strict. Yeah,
And they
um,
all have banks. Last
yeah,
I checked, they still do
yeah.
fine. They're still making money.
And it's like, didn't you listen to the baby Jeebus?
Yes, he didn't like it.
He
He
didn't
wasn't a
care for
fan.
it very much. Those
And
many
in fact,
money
it was
lenders.
like literally the reason he beat the shit out of people at the temple.
He
That was it.
literally was violent.
Yes, that's
He
right. He
whipped
wasn't a
them.
fan.
No,
He
yeah,
he fashioned a whip and
he did.
struck them
He
repeatedly.
did. Grimlock, maybe we should start whipping Jewish bankers again. Is that
Oh
allowed?
God.
Worked before.
He's got a point. It has been proven to be effective.
It works. But I mean, if you think about why the Jews have been kicked out, in a Hebrew, Jew, whatever, we have glued them together. If you
The
wonder why
Khazars,
they
but yes,
keeps getting kicked out, they keep getting banned from countries throughout our history. 1,000 years of just the past 1,000 years has been a complete full-on battle against Jewish bankers. There's a
yes,
reason for it. It's not that like, oh, look at that Jew over there. I don't like that Jew. Why? They don't look particularly unique. It has nothing to do
yes.
with the Jew. It has to do with the banker.
That's right.
It's
And
the
the fact
money.
that they refuse to join us in condemning the bullshit that they get up to. That's why they get
That's true.
attacked.
That's
It's
true. That's true. But
it's
I'm
the
wait.
fact that they like our African American friends, they all seem to want to hang together for some reason.
That's true. But that's why I'm asking our local urbanite, so I can have permission to beat the Jew. If I'm just
I
clear.
mean, they've been doing it.
I need clarification. Got it.
Is
Well,
he?
as much as it's not popular to mention that this guy did anything good. When the short mustache man took over Germany,
Uh-oh.
one of the
Narrow,
first things
very
he
narrow
did was
mustache. Yeah.
was outlaw usury
He did.
Again. Yeah. Again.
and
Yet
porn.
again.
Again. And porn. Oh,
A-
really? I didn't know. Yeah,
and-
I guess I did know
yeah,
that.
with
Yeah.
yeah, it's because a lot of those bankers was very degenerate,
Yeah.
Strong baby.
Yeah.
and
Well, I
it's
saw.
funny enough that in 5 years after outlawing the degenerate porn and the usury, uh, the economy turned around awfully fucking quick.
It did. It did. It did. Now, of course, I am joking. YouTube. But kind of not in a way. Because we've seen when we actually allow a free market, an actual free market, things
Yeah,
boom.
without parasitism.
Yeah.
Um, you can't have a free market and usury.
No,
Just
But
like you
no,
look,
can't
that
have a free market
literally
and
would be the
direct
opposite.
taxation.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
the same
like
thing.
it's one of those weird little combination of words, kind of like democratic socialism. I mean,
We're a
I can't believe
test
they're
our
pushing
listening.
that. How dumb people are. You realize those words mean the opposite of each other.
we have a lot of stupid fucking people in this world, and we've given a lot of those stupid fucking people the right to vote.
We have. It's true.
That's okay.
Nevertheless,
I'm holding a pretty girl.
that's okay. I'm not.
I
That, ma-
Damn it.
that makes everything
I
better. That makes
I
everything better.
propose moving the voting age up to 25, but who
30,
has time for
30,
rational
30.
solutions?
And you can't vote unless you own property and you have children. So you have to be
I like it.
have to own property, be 30 years old, be married, and have children. That's the only reason.
What
But you
about
get to vote.
military?
Skin in
I've
the
heard
Well,
that
game.
yeah.
one
So
gets thrown
you want
away.
to go Starship Troopers on me, huh? All right.
Nope, I'm just asking because I've already had this argument thrown. What about the troops? They have to fight at 18.
Well, okay, but I require a test to be able to vote. So if they can pass the test, fine. You know. But I hear a lot about that 18 and stuff like that.
Chester, that's
So
racist, I'm told.
what a test?
Yeah, that's their argument against it. It's racist somehow. Because everything they say is that they say without saying that black people are retarded, but they won't just say that, so they have to say no, that's just racist.
I'm saying it because I've seen social media. Them niggas are retarded. Every every day I wake up and I see those niggas on social media, and I go, they're gonna make Uncle Ruckus into a folk hero.
Right? No, that's true. Where does that Uncle Ruckus come from? I've heard of it before, but I don't know what it is.
The Boondocks.
I don't
Yeah,
know what that
it
is.
was a show and a comic strip called The Boondocks. It's basically about this black granddad who's raising his two grandsons, and it's just a commentary on Black America is really what it is. But it's very funny. It's hilarious. And on one of the characters on there is named Uncle Ruckus, and he's basically an Uncle Tom. Is the idea? He really loves white people, but it's to the extreme. And
Self-hating black.
yeah, he just shits all over black people all the time, and he says things like he wishes he was born. He would give anything to have been born white, and like that kind of stuff.
Right.
He's really funny though.
Anarcho socialism. What yeah, libertarian socialism. It's the stupidest thing ever. Libertarians supposedly don't want any taxes on anything, right? They don't want any government at all. And socialism,
Yep.
of course, is all about government doing everything. It's like, huh? It's like democratic socialism. It's just the just stupid
I,
concept.
I'll say this at this point, considering how considering how the government spends our money, are they wrong
Are they wrong
Want no
to
taxes?
want to have?
not wanting any taxes? Because
Oh no, they're
Well,
correct.
no, a true
look, at
liberatism would.
at this point, would you trust your local state representative if you gave that nigga $20 and sent him to the corner store? Would you have any faith that he'd actually bring the shit you asked for back?
No, no, I wouldn't. No, me personally, I would much rather just have no taxes and pay for what I need.
Full anarchy mode, full anarcho-capitalism.
I'm
In
just
a perfect
saying,
world, that would be our world. That would be what we live in.
right?
Everybody be happier.
Well, let the
But
third
no,
world deal with socialism and stay in it because they're idiots. But to be fair, in America, the reason things worked so well for so long was we had no welfare system. Therefore, you come in America, you either make it or go home, right?
make it or break it,
Make it
baby.
or break it. And it worked really well for us. It gave us the creme of everything. And of course,
Yes.
America is a hub anyway. It's not like it's this real country per se, right?
Well, it is to me. It's my
Well,
home.
you know
It's the
what
only
I
one I've
mean.
ever had.
That's not what I mean. It's
I'll leave that to you coastals. Us heartland people, we ain't going nowhere. We'll fight for our territory. You coastals abandon the country first chance you get.
fair enough. But
He
uh,
can't even argue it. He knows it's
no,
true.
but no, I mean, we need
My
to.
family's been on both sides at least 500 years. Have been here. This is my land. This is my country. I don't have another one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's interesting thing. That when we talk about America, of course, I'm a historian, and I'm telling you, none of what you've read in history is real. But
No.
nevertheless, um, there is a very interesting thing because America, and of course the New World, supposedly, is heavily tied to the year 1492 when that Columbus guy sailed the ocean blue, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But here's the interesting thing. What an amazing cover up job that was. because the year 1492 is actually much more important than that. Can either one of you tell me what happened in 1492 that didn't involve Columbus? Can you tell me?
The Spaniards finally kicked the Moors out of Spain.
Well, yeah, that was an important moment, wasn't it? But that's not what I'm talking about.
What do you got, Chester? Hit us with it. That's what I was thinking of.
Well, we did get hit by something. A big old space rock hit over in Tibet, caused
Tibet.
ridiculous amount of trouble. Matter of fact, there's a lot of argument. Did all of the ash fall and therefore the ensuing mud with any rain that would come with it, therefore the mud flood stuff is argue whether it was that event or it was the Tambora event, of course, which is 300 years later. But it is very interesting because that 1492 strike was a big deal, dude. It caused so much global damage and trouble with that because it hit the Himalayas, right? And it was a big old
Hmm.
rock. And but have you ever heard that before?
Well, from
Nope.
you, I have.
1492. Isn't that interesting how they covered up something
Interesting.
with a bogus bullshit dude named Christopher Columbus?
Oh, right away. Why you gotta go after Christopher Columbo like that? Man, this guy. You can't let anybody have anything.
Fair enough.
Not like the Italians, don't have heroes. Come on, Chester.
Squiggy and Lenny.
And we had Hulk Hogan. Shut up.
That's true. He wasn't Italian,
That's
Mr.
true.
Balea. Old
Yeah.
Terry Balea.
Well, I'm gonna.
Yeah, we proved we could actually grow them over 6 feet.
It's true. It is rare. I'm sticking with Lenny and Squiggy though. Although they were probably Jews. Let's be fair.
Oh, wait a minute. I see.
Now,
I
now,
informed
now you gotta
people.
look it up.
I informed some people about that phenomena. The Jewish people who pretend to be Italian. That's
It's
real.
a lot of them, dude.
There's a lot.
Why? What's that
There's a
up
lot
about?
of them.
Go ahead and
I
explain it.
don't know. It's very
Hey, look, I
strange.
can't look. I can't say nothing. We had an Italian dude play the Indian guy in Short Circuit, so I ain't saying
That's true.
shit.
That's
That's
true.
true.
That is true. Yeah. But
And he was great at it. I don't give a fuck. Y'all cry racism if you want. That nigga was on. Hey, look, he convinced me.
wow, I didn't even know. It looked like an Indian to me. Why are you going to do this? You should help you, Johnny Five. Okay,
Yeah, like I said, he convinced me.
that's not an Indian guy. Wow.
No,
Well, there you go. But uh, goodness gracious. Yeah.
dude, it's the story is actually funny. The character he was cast before they made the character. They decided afterwards that they want to make an Indian guy. They're like, "What? We already cast this dude." He's like, "Well, can you play an Indian?"
No problem. Would you like some? Would you like some tikka with that? Very good. I do
Heck,
love me, dude. I lived in America for a long time, of course, before I started
Mhm.
traveling. But it wasn't until I met my wife that I actually tried Indian food. I'd never had it before. I know you can find it in the big cities, I guess. I just never tried it, right?
Right.
Now, a lot of people think curry, the standard curry is Indian. It's not. It's just Irish stew with Indian spices, Eastern spices. But I actually did try real, actual masala garam, and
Mhm.
hmm,
uh, I love it. But mostly, I love the naan bread,
hmm.
Big fan
crispy,
of naan, are you?
buttery bread, dipping in some nice spicy masala sauce, man. Yeah, baby. That's I was happy when I found that. Have you guys ever tried real, actual Nepalese is better than Indian, but you know what I mean. Indian food. You ever try it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Now I know some of you in the chat said Chester, that's actually from Turkey. I know, but I still like it.
Um, I don't. I've tried. I don't even like curry. I've tried curry. I've tried all these
I'm not a huge
supposedly
fan.
Indian things. I just nah. It's basically glorified slop, most of it.
Some of
Uh,
it, yeah, but it's the non bread that it is Turkish bread. I know this, but they
yeah.
do it in their own way, and they have their ghee on there, and I just love it, dude. Especially the thinner, crispier Nepalese version of it. The Indian one
Hmm.
is a bit too bready, right?
I've never had the
Um,
Nepalese version. Yeah, the other one I'm not a big fan of.
yeah, it's too
Um,
bready. But if you get the thinner Nepalese version, it's crispy. Oh, it's good stuff, dude. It's a little bit of sweet. It's very nice.
mhm.
I do love it. It's mainly the bread, and you just kind of dip it in the sauce,
Yeah,
right?
it's slop in the slop.
In the slop.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's strange to me how many cultures that everybody, I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of people act like they have this great culinary excellence, and it's just slop. It's
Yeah.
just different forms of slop and gruel, and that's fine if it tastes fine. Who cares? But let's stop pretending these guys are masters at
Right.
anything. I'll give
Uh,
the Chinese; they can cook some shit. I'll give the Italians, of course, they can cook some shit.
sure.
The Germans can make a fine sausage. I'll eat that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, that we kind of figured it out. The food's been
We did.
figured out. We kind of did it.
Yeah, no, the Chinese cuisine is quite sophisticated. There's a lot of actual
Did it.
science going on, right? That is
Yeah.
true. But no, I mean, to each his own. I never had it before, but I found it and enjoyed it. Of course, another thing that America is missing desperately is tapa. Now, here in Japan, they
Mm.
call it yakitori, and of course, satay down in Southeast Asia. It's the same thing. But tapa is lots of little teeny plates of different stuff. And in America, when you go to a restaurant, you basically sit down and get a plate. You get a meal, right? Which is
Yeah. The
fine.
trough.
But it's fun to go to like a tapa bar, dude, or a yakitori bar.
Well,
It's really good.
around here we have a place called it's basically just called Little Plates, but Poco Piattis, and that's what it is.
Mm.
Basically, it's just a place you can go, and they give you these small little bits of whatever, and that's what they have.
It's
And it
good,
comes
right?
out.
It's fun,
You get a
right?
bunch of different plates. Yeah, it's I like it. And one of the things I like to do with, say, we get Chinese food or we make Chinese food, there's a big Asian market here,
Mm,
a huge one,
yeah,
and what they have is they have the little Japanese Chinese style bowls. That's what I usually eat out of. Besides, right now I'm eating out of a bigger one because I'm eating what I'm eating, but uh, so I'll do exactly that. Basically, I'll mix. I'll put the rice here, da 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 da, and we'll just have a nice little culinary experience. It is fun. It is a lot. It's one of the great things about it too that you don't realize is when you eat like we eat, where we put everything on one plate or in one big bowl and we smash it. You don't realize how much more you're eating when you do that. You just don't. Your brain doesn't register it, and
yeah,
and because it takes about 20 minutes or so for you to get full when you're eating, you can just keep going. Whereas when you do it in these smaller portions at a time, you might still end up eating around the same amount, but you did less overall because you have it in smaller things. One of the things I tell people when they want to lose weight is get smaller bowls. Because in America we like our big ass bowls. Get smaller bowls. Just go to the store and buy some. They don't have to be fancy, and use those instead. And I promise you, you'll feel full after you're done with it, because mentally you've complete most of fullness when you're still eating is mental, right? Because it takes about 20 minutes for your body to register, okay, we're done. We got enough. We're good.
right.
Most people eat faster than that, right? They're going to sit there and just smash it down, and then that is what it is. So as long as their plate or their bowl or their whatever is empty, they'll probably be like, all right, I'm good. I'm done. I'm done. Even if they don't feel it yet, mentally they can check out. And then eventually their body will be like, okay, we're good. And that's one of the best ways to do it. It's probably one of the reasons why a lot of these East Asian countries don't have the obesity epidemic that a lot
Yeah,
of
maybe.
everywhere else is
Well,
having.
and the corn syrup, but yeah, yeah. But
Yep.
I do love that style of eating. Lots of little plates,
Mhm.
especially where they take and they cook the chicken on the hibachi, right, on the grill, over the charcoals. It's just good. It's fun, and you can chat a lot, and you can have a couple of beers. It's all good. Um, Although speaking of drinking glasses. I noticed
Yep.
the other night that my wife had come in with a fancy red box from Baccarat, And I just okay, I registered it in my head. And then this morning I was given a glass of orange juice as normal in one of the baccarat glasses, and I just sit there and contemplated, why am I drinking orange juice out of French crystal?
You're a sophisticated gentleman, sir.
I guess.
Sophisticated.
I'm not even gonna ask what they cost. I don't even look at it. But I tell you what, do you guys own any actual crystal?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Uh,
It's a
the
family
w-
crystal.
the weight is kind of nice though. I do like the weight. It is nice. It feels good in the hand. But I figured she got something for because we do have my daughter is engaged and we're going to go meet the her parents. I thought maybe it was a gift or something like that. I figured when I saw the box, but nope. I was served it this morning with orange juice. Uh, um, uh, uh, Tell me, Grimlock, would you like to have orange juice in a nice baccarat crystal glass? I'm waiting. He's muted.
That does not sound bad.
It was just a surreal experience, dude. It was weird.
That does not sound bad
It's
at all.
it's orange juice. Put it in a paper cup.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
she
I'm
thought
just
she thought she thought enough. She thought enough of you to give you the good shit when it wasn't even guessed.
I know that. Wow, that's my wife is all about the plates, dude. My house is full of stuff from Finland and Norway and Denmark and France and all kind of stuff. It's the Japanese girls are kind of crazy about their tableware. So but anyway, let's see what we got today, shall we?
International plates.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I would never spend that much money for something, but hey.
Most well, that's just the difference between men and women. They look at the shit we buy and go, We would never spend money on that." And then we'll go in the kitchen and like, look at our plates.
Right.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is good news, folks. This is good news. Saudis buying Warner Brothers Discovery is, quote, one signature away, says a Hollywood producer. Hopefully that's true because besides Skydance themselves, they're probably the best option. We really
Well,
don't need uh, Netflix owning them. We just don't need that. Nobody should
no.
want that.
Well,
That'd be a bad day for everybody involved.
here's the interesting thing about this conversation though. We've been talking about this for a couple of months, right? A few months, right?
Yep.
A year is actually when Zaslav
Yep.
came in, we knew what was going on and we were correct. But the interesting thing about this, we went from a bunch of names in the pot to everybody out and just Skydance. And then all of a sudden Netflix and Comcast back in. Now we're literally days away from Saudis and their general entertainment group, whatever they call it, owning it. What? Talk about
Uh,
a freaking a head turner out of nowhere. Because I remember seeing something back in October about that a little bit, but I didn't pay it much heed because they weren't being mentioned in the conversation. But boom, here we are, and of course we know Trump is very close to the Saudis, so he will approve it.
Well, here's the thing. I think a lot of people should be looking at. Has this been the year of Saudi Arabia flexing their financial muscle or what?
It has, dude. They bought what? F1. They own FIFA, basically.
No,
They've
they bought EA
EA.
for
I actually
and they bought that outright for $55 billion.
They did, but they also have stake in other things, dude. Like for instance,
Yes.
Electronic Arts, the Niantic, they acquired wholly, right? 3.5 billion.
Hmm.
Scopely, which is owns not just Monopoly Go, but a whole bunch of kind of mobile app stuff. 5
Yeah.
billion. They bought Fatal SNK, which is, from what I understand, they own 96% of that. That's like online gambling or something, right? Um,
Now SNK? No, SNK is they're one of the video game OGs, man.
okay, all right, there you go.
They're the if you Fatal Fury, King of Fighters.
Okay,
Um,
I thought that was
if
one of
you
those
go back to
gambling
the
ones
Nintendo days,
because I
oh,
know they
they
did
do a
buy
little
some
bit of that
gambling
too.
stuff. Yeah. Well, they own
But
8.26% of Nintendo. Take Two Interactive, Capcom, Nexon, which is Chinese, right? But they own 5% of that. LIV Golf, and of course Warner Brothers. These are new things. Plus, I mentioned F1. They're also involved, own a lot of stakes in boxing, FIFA. Holy crap, dude! Right? Activision Blizzard, of course. But my goodness, and literally, it looks like within a few days, Saudis might just own it right out. And of course, it has to go through approval, but I don't see them getting denied. Do you?
I don't think so. As I said, what was it last week that when we talked about it, that of all the ones that was mentioned before, I
Yeah,
didn't want any of them holding it because they're too big as it is.
right. Although Trump did acknowledge that he didn't mind the idea of Skydance. But Universal, who owns Universal?
NBC,
Universal. Well,
NBC Comcast.
it seems, though, that the Saudis either own some of it or all of it because they are already talking about merging Warner Brothers and their other recently acquired properties to the Universal Studio parks. So they have some involvement with that because the Saudis are
Oof.
already talking about it. So, wow, dude, wow, right?
Yep.
And of course, here's the interesting thing that really caught my attention, though. Take a look at this.
Zack Snyder, Christopher Nolan, and Saudis set to bring back the Snyderverse. This is
Ooh,
allegedly exclusive. I don't understand how this man keeps getting away with this, if this is true. How many times does this have to fail?
Well,
How many?
we were we know that Netflix was paying him for promotion, but so it looks like he's got some backdoor deal with the Saudis, unless the Saudis own Netflix. I don't think they do.
No, I don't think they do. Well, I mean, they might, but I don't think they do. But
So
I don't know, man. Do we
is
need
he
more?
sniping,
Does
dude? Is he
anybody?
sandbagging? Is Zack Snyder sandbagging, dude?
He might be. Might be. Maybe he's more shrewd than we give him credit
Well, them
for.
Germans,
Maybe
you know.
he's got them plans. He's got them schemes and them scams. Chester, he's out here flim flamming. It wouldn't surprise me if he did. And he might not. He might see because who he is. He might not have an exclusivity deal with Netflix either. It's very possible he signed a deal to work with them but didn't sign an exclusivity clause,
Maybe.
and that would allow him to work with the Saudis and whoever else he wants
Right.
to.
Right.
So,
So, but he seems to be on board with it. Now, keep in mind through all of this noise that's been going on, Ben Affleck has made it very clear he's interested in still doing Batman stuff. He's been very clear.
mhm.
We haven't heard anything from Henry in regard to any of this, and that's probably
Well,
wise, right?
yeah. Not only is that wise, the poor man. How much more trauma does he need from trying to just be his childhood hero? Because,
Right.
good
Yeah.
lord.
Good Lord. What a development. This is really interesting. We've been following this.
Yep.
This is for me kind of out of nowhere. Like I said, back in October, I did see something, but I didn't take it so seriously. I guess I should have
Mm.
because, I mean, literally, it sounds like we're on it, dude. We're right on it. Even the AI, it thinks it's happening, pending.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
$70 billion.
Interesting.
that's insane.
Right.
That's a
So
lot of money.
now keep in mind, I put this here as well. The Saudis also just spent $142 billion on the getting some F-35 fighter jets from the Americans. Need them weapons. Don't know why, but okay, fine.
Think they need to put up a new sign at the Saudi border. Saudi Arabia, we're not just oil anymore.
Right. Now, the Saudis are flexing their muscles, dude. They're not playing around. And fair enough. Of course, we know that they've been building all those entertainment structures. Now, the
Hmm.
line, everyone's like, oh, they'll never finish it. They'll never be done. Maybe not, but they finished a section of it and they're going to be opening up pretty soon. It's like a big old paradise resort. They've opened up all kinds of stuff. So you're going to have entertainments, gambling, which is weird. I thought and alcohol. They're not very good Muslims, but nevertheless.
They're gonna they're gonna have sin cities effectively where that stuff's allowed, but not anywhere else in the country.
Right, right. Because I know if you get caught with alcohol in Saudi Arabia, you're in trouble.
Big trouble.
Yeah, they're not, and so,
Um,
but they're going to make some exceptions. So they're trying to turn themselves into the Las Vegas of the world, which of course
right.
the Chinese have been trying to do that with Macau as well, right?
Yep.
But the problem with the Chinese is, well, it's China.
China. Yeah.
Yeah,
China.
yeah.
China's a problem.
But
It's a problem.
Saudi, man, they're making some serious moves. I wonder if it'll pay off in the long run, though. Because, if you look at all these acquisitions and stuff they bought over the past few years, we're like half a trillion in, right?
Yeah, but
Yep.
a lot of these acquisitions are coming from those younger Saudi princes too. So
They, yeah,
barring any kind of disasters, they're probably going to be around for a while.
yeah. And fair enough. You're looking at, Saudi Arabia first. I get it, right? I don't have a problem with that. And that Saudi prince you're talking about is real good friends with Trump, right? They get along
Yep.
really well. They treated him like the emperor of the universe when he went over there. All the Muslims treated Trump like he was a god king, dude. So did the Southeast
Mhm.
Asians and the Asians in general. Matter of fact, everywhere he goes, he gets treated like God Emperor Trump. Isn't that interesting?
Very interesting how much aura the man has about him. I'll tell you what, though, the last few weeks he has been fumbling. He's been fumbling real hard in
Yes,
his
but he
public
has.
messaging. I don't know what's going on, but luckily his heir apparent has not. At least not that I've seen.
Mhm.
Mr. Vance has still been just perfect, which is crazy. He's too good. At some point,
Well,
he's got to fuck up. It's got to happen. Uh,
would you
but
like
yeah,
me to?
so far it's maybe maybe it's intentional because Trump just doesn't care.
Well,
He can't be reelected anyway. I don't know.
can I help you out with that? I can help you out with
Go ahead,
that. All right.
hit me with it.
Well, first of all, people keep talking about his book, The Art of the Deal. And
Hmm.
Democrats just scoff and spit venom anytime you mention that. But honestly, they would do well to read the book. I did, right? Want to
Yep.
see what
Mhm.
all this noise is about. And if you read the book, you'll see that, oh, I see what Trump's doing because he told you what he does, right? What he's doing with this is like, let's take H-1B visa is a good example, right? One of the things you think he's fumbling on. And he's like, oh, well, we should do this and we should do that and putting it out and stuff. Well, we'll have to see. And if you pay attention to what he says, well, put it out to the people. What do the people think? Right. And of course, the people, the MAGA loyalists as well, are 100% against H-1B visa. Matter of fact, they want to shut the entire immigration system down. So what
Right.
Trump is doing is getting out there and putting that out, and then what he does is he turns around and says, "Oh well, see, the people don't like it, so we can't do that." What he's doing is he's
Hmm.
putting things out there because he wants you to hate it. He wants you to make noise. He wants you to get angry about it. So then he turns around and says, "Well, the will of the people." This is how he plays
Well,
these games, dude. It's what he
true,
does.
true. However, and here's where the however comes in. The H-1B thing, I'm not. I don't know what the grand plan is here. I think pretty much
Shut it
everybody
down.
on his side of the aisle wants it shut down. However, the one thing that he's definitely not doing that on is Israel, and he just can't help himself. He's a massive Zionist. I don't know
Well,
why. I think he's actually probably converted to Judaism and just
I
never
think he
said
probably
anything.
has. And
Yeah,
that's that. Okay, fine. That is what it is. All right, fine, fine.
at some point, the one of the parties, it looks like it's unfortunately going to be the Democrats because the Republicans just can't get the Israeli cock out of them, are going to have to read the room and realize that the people under 45 want nothing to do with Israel. It's not even they want Israel destroyed. Some of them want that. They want absolutely nothing to do. Break all ties, end all treaties, pretend they don't exist. That's what they want. and I'm with them. I don't care what Israel does. I don't go on with Israel. Fuck up all of the Middle East. Take it all. I don't care. It's not my problem. We got problems in America. We got bridges that need built. We got roads that need built. We got a healthcare system that needs rebuilt. Like there's problems here. And the guy who's supposed to be America first is out here talking about Israel so damn much that he's cutting ties with people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and other people because they dared to question Israel and refuse to take Israel's PAC money. That's outrageous. And that shit is going to kill his movement that he's built if he doesn't knock it off.
But what do
Luckily, you got guys like Vance who don't kiss the wall, who don't play the game. And when he went to Israel, he went to the Christian places instead of that damn wall. So
yeah.
I'm very hopeful that Mr. Vance is who he looks like he is. Very hopeful.
Yep, and there might be some play going on with that as well.
Could be.
But Booster, just remember, buddy, I have access to Ninja.
Buddy, friend.
Okay, but anyway, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It's chaos. But one thing I do know, no matter what you think, we want to see the Democratic Party absolutely obliterated. And I hope
Correct.
what happens is they have a split into two or three pieces. And it looks like it might be going that direction
That'd be
because
great.
we cannot, we need to end that. The Europeans are doing the same, trying to end that. In many of those countries, we need to get rid of progressive socialism. We have to
Yes.
desperately, or
Well,
we're
that
going to
and
suffer.
neoliberalism in
Uh,
general.
yeah,
It's very interesting watching people who were former liberals, staunch former liberals like old Sargon of Akkad, who have converted that
mm,
and they've realized that liberalism itself, not modern liberalism, not neoliberalism, not Marxism, liberalism itself as an ideology is the problem. The liberal world order is dying. For the last 250 or so years, it has dominated the world. And every person who's tried to upturn it has been effectively slaughtered, like Hitler, for instance. Uh,
sure.
and it's done. It's over. Putin said this himself. He said those exact words. The liberal world order is ending. Uh, it was a aberration historically. This
Sure.
amount of what we call liberalism, all this bullshit, this egalitarianism. That's all. It's just anti-scientific and anti-human. Uh, all of this stuff is ending. It's dying, and it will continue to do so. And what will happen is the West, who are kind of the at fault for it, they're going to be given a choice. We're going to have to either embrace traditional Western values again, which includes various things, but one of the most important one is the preeminence of your kin, of your nation, of your people,
Yeah.
or we're going to die and be replaced by Eastern and southern hemispherical ideologies. I use that term loosely. That is really just various forms of wicked tribalism, like Islam or South and Central American socialism. These things.
Yeah.
Uh, that's the only option. We either save civilization, because let's be honest, aside from the Far East, the only other place that has real civilization is the West, or everything goes to shit and the world crumbles into this weird paradoxical situation where you have certain places that are high tech and super rich and the rest of the world is just filth and trash and there's no coming back from it. uh, and I really do think I personally don't black pill on it. I think we're gonna pull out. I think we've been in worse situations. I know people don't like hearing that, but we just mentioned one earlier. The Reconquista was terrible. It took 700 years to retake the Iberian Peninsula. They did eventually, the Spanish or the Hispanias, but it took a long time. It took many, many centuries. It took a great concerted effort by different lineages, all to just push out these people who had no business there. Uh, I do think that's going to happen again, but it's just going to take a little bit of time again. It's going to take probably a generational calamity, which is what triggered the Reconquista, in order to get the political will to fight back. We already have seen that the American people have the political will. The number one thing that still to this day, everybody in America seems to agree on, not everybody, but the vast majority, is get these fuckers out of our country. Deport them. Get them out. The problem you have is so many people have been infected with liberalism that they see the ICE agents tackle a person. Oh my God, that's so brutal. Yeah. What did you think that meant, guy? That's how you arrest people. You got to tackle them sometimes. That's just the way it is.
Right.
Or, oh, they're separating families. Yes. When you arrest a criminal, you take them away from their family.
Right.
You don't lose your mind when somebody arrests a burglar and takes him away from his family. But for some reason, these criminals who violated our sovereign border, it's a big deal
Yeah.
when we take them away from
And
their family. That's
and keep
retarded.
and keep in mind, ICE is still focusing primarily, I mean, 99% on criminal illegal aliens,
Right.
actual people that have committed horrible crimes, and they keep
That's right.
defending them. But it's interesting because one thing with the H-1B visa, we're definitely going to be, because what, 70-80% of that is all Indian people anyway, right? And
Hmm.
if they cancel that
And
like they
Chinese.
want to, yeah, a good percentage Chinese too. Then how's that going to change? Because India is one of the few countries in the world where the people don't universally hate Americans. I mean,
Hmm.
Indians are pretty positive about Americans. They kind of like us, right?
They
Uh,
seem to have a white fetish, the Indians. They
well,
really like white people.
they do, and I felt it myself.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is a little bit weird. But the Chinese hate your guts, and
That's
not
right.
just you, anybody, right?
That's fine.
Um,
It's mutual. It's fine.
the Japanese tolerate it, right?
Yeah.
The Europeans, they hate you.
Polite
You know
hatred.
this, right?
Polite hatred from the
Right.
Japanese. I prefer that. You know?
Fair enough. The Russians have been dealing with shit for so long, they don't give a shit about anybody, and I don't blame them, honestly.
Hmm.
The Africans hate everything. So
Hmm.
I'm just saying, if you go around the world, there's not really a lot of love for America. They'll bow down because they have no choice, but that makes them more angry. They don't like you. They don't. So one of the very few countries which has the largest population on Earth, actually kind of likes Americans in the form of India. But that's going to
I wish they
change.
quit shitting in the street, though. Can we get
That would
that
be
sorted over
nice.
there?
Well,
Yeah.
Moody is trying to fix it. He is trying to fix it.
Just in the toilets, guys. That's all I'm asking. In
Yeah.
the toilets.
Yeah.
In the
No, they don't.
toilets.
Well, they don't own toilets. Is the problem. But anyway,
Can we run a mass campaign to get toilets to India?
They are, dude. They are. They literally are. Anyway, go ahead.
First look at Zelda movie. Leaked set videos show Link and Zelda. I told you, Chester, I think we're in the great video game movie era.
Yeah.
I think we are,
Yeah.
and hopefully this is another one because, I mean, it should be an easy one. You have to try to fuck up this one. Zelda's pretty straightforward. You don't got to get deep into the Zelda lore. I get that there is actually deep lore in Zelda, but we don't need it, right? We didn't need it in Mario either. We don't need all that. Just take the
Well,
game and make the movie.
let me ask a question to you two guys in the chat listening. Now, I played The Legend of Zelda on the and Nintendo NES back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
This is the
It's
extent
classic.
of my knowledge, right? But I've seen lots of little things. I saw my son and daughter playing Zelda stuff and various things like that. And I always thought that Link was like, because I know it presents itself as fantasy, but it's a lot of science and technology in Zelda. A lot.
Yeah.
It's almost as if it's like it's well after a post-apocalyptic situation,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I always thought. And the way they awaken Link and the things they do with Link, because they put him in storage, basically. I always thought Link was like an android or something.
Um, I don't think so. I mean,
No,
possible.
he's not.
Yeah,
But
he's just a dude.
they always like put him in like suspended animation and pull him out when they need him again, though.
Yeah, and Master
Yes.
Chief, I guess.
Well, there's kind of an explanation for that though.
Oh, please.
So, in in the later entries in the series, it is come to be revealed that the land that Hyrule the planet that Hyrule is on was created by three goddesses, basically. And one of the goddesses basically gave up her, I guess you could say, godliness
Hmm.
to come to planet side. That particular goddess became known as Zelda,
I see.
and because of the Triforces has basically been bound to three people. She is bound to the Triforce of Wisdom. Ganon is bound to the Triforce of Power, and Link is bound to the Triforce of Courage.
I see.
Link is essentially her chosen champion.
Right.
He's always going to appear whenever in the last two Zelda games, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, it's called the Great Calamity, basically whenever Ganon comes to be.
Right.
So whenever a great calamity occurs, um it's going to take some time, but Link is going to appear on behalf of his, you
Of
know,
the
on
Triforce.
behalf of Zelda. Yeah, on
Right.
behalf of the Triforce.
So it's 2 versus 1. Poor Ganon. That's one of the few games I actually completed. I actually finished all of Legend of Zelda, the whole thing.
Hmm.
And that boss fight at the end was a bitch. A lot of memory.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Had to remember a lot. No mistakes, by the way. But I can in my head, can I still keep him an android, please?
Sure, why not?
Thank you.
I
Okay,
mean,
good. Now,
It's a
they've
fictional
added
character. You
more
can be anything you want.
technology into it. I mean,
now,
could be.
it just always felt that way to me, but it doesn't matter. I'm nowhere near a Zelda expert. You know a lot more than I do. But nevertheless, this is being shot in New Zealand. Of course it is. And
Mhm.
here are your leads. Huh. That actually looks
Yeah,
pretty nice.
they're not a terrible choice. We'll see what he looks like in full kit. Um, we'll just
Well,
have
they're
to see.
both young, so
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
the key part.
yeah. She's pretty girl though. That's pretty girl.
we're allowed to have those again, Chester.
Yeah.
They're allowed. They've been permitted once more.
And
You see them now more.
she kind of looks like Zelda.
Yeah, she's not a bad choice. She's not a bad casting choice at all.
I don't know anything
Um,
about her career. She is
hopefully,
she's a cutie
hopefully,
though. She is a cutie.
whoever's writing this, however, is, we get the same level of quality that we got from Mario, or at the very least from the Sonic movies. That'd be great. Uh, but yeah, I genuinely think we might be in an era now, maybe the next decade or so, where we're going to get some actually good. We already have some actually good video game movies, adaptations that are mostly faithful, or very faithful to, if not the source material, the spirit of the source material. Like Mario is very, very faithful to that. Uh, and Sonic, I think, is very faithful to the spirit of it too. At least the characterizations are mostly correct. So I really just I hope that's what we get with Zelda. Zelda's a classic. It's one of those ones that's never going away. As long as Nintendo exists, you're gonna get a Zelda game. It's coming. Just be ready. Prepare your butts. Here he comes, old Link. And hopefully this is really, really good, because you could do some really good stuff with Zelda because it's a
Oh
high
yeah.
fantasy setting.
Yep.
You could actually
Lots of characters.
make this quite a series if they pull this off.
Yeah. They've done a good job cleaning her up, but she is kind of just the girl next door look. Yeah, why not? And you got this boy, of course, as well. He looks fine. And we do have this article isn't much. It's just announcing that they're shooting and showing the two leads. And this Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, don't know who he is. Neither one of them. Oh, she hadn't done much work. I don't know anything about him. However, we did get ourselves a little peek. Would you like to see? Let's go take a look.
Let's see it. Let's take a sneak peek. Little sneaky poo.
That don't look so bad.
Costuming isn't terrible.
They're just getting ready for a scene here. She looks correct to me. Yeah.
Not bad.
Is audio coming through for you guys?
All I hear is, well, what sounds like wind, but yes.
Water, I think it's waterfall. So
Yeah.
yes, it is the answer. All right, doesn't look so bad. And they got another one here. And it's the same thing, just a different angle.
We're watching Legend of Zelda.
Oh, they blonded him up. All right.
No, I think that's just the guy who's taking these. I don't think that was him.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
The
yeah,
ocarina.
this it looks okay.
Yeah. Well, at least they're not Indian or ghetto queen or something like that. That's nice.
Hmm.
But I just thought it was kind of interesting. Well, because I agree with you 100%. There's a lot you can do with Zelda, and as far as I know, I've never seen anything from Zelda at all. Let's see what the chat says. Link takes double A batteries. I think so. Lots of them. I hope Zelda and Link are transported into the real world. God, no. Link, he comes to town,
Fuck no.
gonna save the Princess Zelda. Yeah, that's what he does. But there is a lot you could do with Zelda. I'm shocked that we've never seen anything before because I mean, it's like it's ready made, dude.
Yep. No, I'm surprised that it's. Thank the Sonic movie. Honestly, it's the only reason you're getting this stuff.
Mario.
Proved
Yeah.
proved it can make
Yeah,
money, and then Mario made a ton of money. So this, as long as they do well with it, I don't see any reason a Zelda movie doesn't make almost $1 billion, if not $1 billion.
Yeah, they just,
Uh,
don't change anything, no politics, just tell the story. Even if
yeah,
it's just
keep the
meh,
characters as
it'll be okay.
themselves. Like
Yeah.
like like we need to make sure Link acts like Link, Zelda acts like Zelda. We don't need any wild character differences or
No.
interpretations. Just
They
you have it. Make that.
they
Make the
should be
game into the
yeah,
movie.
they should be sweet,
Yes.
kind-hearted, unless I'm wrong about
Wholesome.
that. Wholesome, yeah.
if anything, you can clean up some of the timeline.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. The well, movie can do as it wants. It has a lot more freedom, of course. Another thing we could easily see is Dragon Quest. I mean, come on.
Yep.
Another thing we could see is Final Fantasy. That's going to be a bit more adult and gritty, but there's certainly some material there. But
Well, they
Dragon
tried
Quest
a
for
couple
sure.
times with Final Fantasy. We'll see if they ever try again.
Well,
I would love them to
I
take a
don't.
take a good faith effort.
Yeah, but come on, that CG effort, which was amazing for its time, that had very little to do with Final Fantasy, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A good faith one.
Yeah,
The problem with Final Fantasy is they're all insular stories, right? Even though
yeah,
they're all set in a relatively similar theme, or well, directly similar theme, the stories are all of themselves. Personally, here's what if I was going to do Final Fantasy, if I was them, what I would do is I would pick a few of the games, however many, and I would pick a excuse me, few of the games and just make a series out of them. Make 3 movies based on 3 of the most popular games. There's no real reason to do it off of like 1 or 2 or any of the because the stories are there, but they're much weaker than later iterations.
yeah.
But you could easily, obviously, 6 and 7 are 2 extremely popular ones. I would much rather 6 because Kefka's an amazing villain. But if it was gonna be anybody, it would probably be 7. But the problem is they've already done so much with Seven's
They
world.
have,
I
they
really don't
have.
think they need to.
Yeah,
But you could easily take 6. 6 and 10 are 2 of the most popular. 6, 7, and 10 are probably the 3 most popular. And then maybe you could take one of the more modern ones as well. But there's so much there. You don't even have to retell those same stories. You could just set it in that world
right.
and have it be a story based in that world, depending on which one you take.
Well,
So that's one of the great things about Final Fantasy is it's new every time. It's familiar, but it's new every time. So the movies could be that way too. And the reason why Spirits Within didn't really feel like Final Fantasy is because it didn't really do that. It just kind of had the name slapped on it.
yeah, it didn't feel like anything Final Fantasy at all. Grimlock, do me a favor. It's been 40 years since I played this game, but I do remember going to like a lot of towns and having to help peoples. But what's the
Mhm.
racial its issue with Hyrule?
A racial issue?
Yeah, meaning is it all elves and gnomes? Are there any humans involved? Orcs? What's the racial or the special breakdown of Hyrule?
I guess you would call them elves because that's what they've always pretty much looked like.
Yeah, so it's
And
like an elven story. And there are other races,
Yeah.
though, I seem to recall.
um, later on, like you had the Zoras, the Gorons, like they're more, but they're. I mean, that game late, like yeah, I want to say that it like started with Ocarina of Time, where you started seeing um the other species.
Right. So it is an
Oh,
elvish story. Okay. Cool.
yeah, for the
I have
most
no
part.
problem with that. It's certainly got to be better than the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power. Oh,
Well,
yeah,
That's not going to be hard.
it's a pretty
You
low
you
bar.
pretty low bar.
you could probably go to some random dudes playing some tabletop game and get a better story than fucking Rings of Power.
That is true. I could make a better story. I have actually.
Hmm.
Yeah, see,
Yeah. There you go. Anyway, cool. I love this piece of art. It is nice. I saw there was a bigger one when I was looking at her thing here. This is the full version of it.
that
And
is
it oh, that's not
yeah,
what I
that is
wanted. What do I do there?
Breath of the Wild. His Breath of the Wild look.
Yeah. This is Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that look. Yeah.
Cool. I know I saw my daughter playing this. I don't know if she played second one, but she has a Switch and she was playing on the Switch. I played a little
Hmm.
bit just to check out the Switch. It looked like a lot of fun, you know. But like I said, I don't do as many video games as I used to. Mostly when I have free time, just sitting at night having some, history podcast or something like that on the TV. I usually will be building some structure in Sims 4. This is why I love. I love doing that. I we're waiting to see what other of these, and of course, what's Maxis does now that it's owned by Saudi Arabia. But boy, I really wish they would give us some update on that with a better system because I have a lot of mods to be able to just put things on a table. It's such a pain in the ass, dude, just to have the standard house clutter, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I can't run that game with those mods and all the clutter I'll put in a room without a banging system. It's the video requirement systems for Sims is way higher than the recommendation says, dude. Way higher,
Yep.
right? Because of all when you start, putting so many items in the building, it the load becomes very heavy, right? But yeah, but I love doing that, and I kind of hope we'll get some more of that. But why was I talking about that? There must have been some connection to these elves. What was I on about that?
Oh, I don't know how you got there, Chester. You just kind of meandered on over,
I
bud. You
did.
just kind of
I
ended up
did.
there.
Oh, video games. Yeah, I don't play many video games these days. It's like the only thing I really get into, and my kids as well, because they're getting married, having kids, doing that kind of stuff. So, oh well, end of an era, I guess. But then again, the future of video games is going to be very interesting to watch, and we will watch it here. And we'll all get old together. Yay. Anyway, very cool. Good news. I hope it's just basic fun, or even more. But I hope it's just, and so far, it looks like they are just kind of doing it normal and they're not woking the hell out of it. Now, to be fair, the people involved are actually the people who are involved with Zelda. So, yeah, the Japanese, so cool. However,
That seems to be the big change for
yeah,
a lot of these things.
yeah, yeah, and that's a good change. You got Shigeru Miyamoto, and
Good old Miyamoto himself, the
yep, he's
legend.
involved, and you get the guy who did the Planet of the Apes, the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and the Maze Runner, which looked good. It wasn't a great story, but that's YA stuff.
Have you
But
seen Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? It's good.
I
I
didn't
like it.
watch the series at all. No, I just not interested
You
in
sh
monkeys.
I think
Um,
you'd like
yeah,
Kingdom. It's a pretty good story.
don't need the talking monkeys. Thank you very much.
Jester's got a talking monkey phobia, I see.
I do. But anyway, speaking of
Racist.
movies, here's another one I've never seen.
Oh boy, Sharknado returns as Sharknado Origins heads into production. They've made, I think, 4 of these movies.
Yeah,
It
I
was
have seen none of
originally
them.
just a complete gag. That was the idea. It was one of those type of movies, and people really liked it, so they kept making them.
Yeah, well, and I know it was a mega hit. It became like a cultural touch point, right?
Yep.
And good for them. But I don't know how sharks and tornadoes exist together. But sweet, is this an asylum effort? I bet you this looks very
It
asylum.
basically is. I don't know if it
Yeah.
is them, but it's basically the same thing. Oh
Well,
no,
we're
yeah, it is the asylum. There you go.
the asylum. There you go. But this is the seventh installment. Seven.
Hmm.
Yeah. And good for Asylum.
Wow.
They know how to make money, dude. They do.
Yep.
They make dumb crap and they don't hide it and they're not ashamed. However,
Yeah, they know
seventh
they're
one,
making campy bullshit. They know what
they
they're doing.
do.
They know
And
what they're
a
doing.
storm is coming. But the a prequel with Teen Finn and April. Okay. Um, so 2013 so they've made a lot. Seven in 12 years. That's quite a bit. All right,
Yep.
it follows. We're following a pair of picture perfect beach summers, where these two couples, Z Ring and Tara Reid, whatever that is, they meet, flirt, fall in love, young love. But just as Finn is ready to offer a promise ring, a promise ring, the weather changes. A massive funnel cloud forms offshore, and sharks explode out of the water. It marks the birth of the very first Sharknado, and according to the studio, nothing says young love like airborne predators. That is so Asylum. The
Yes.
original was made for $1 million. Well, they spent a lot of money on that. That's a lot of money for them. And they
Hmm.
even had cameos from Olivia Newton-John, Sweet, Al Roker. Wow, Jerry Springer. Shit, man, they spent money on that. Um,
Yep.
so there you go, all of you Sharknado fans. Number 7 is coming. Young Love,
Everybody,
Promise
everybody's
Rings.
excited.
Everybody's
They
excited.
should, in fact, call it that Sharknado Young Love.
Yeah, that would be funny. That would be funny. But so you've seen a Sharknado. Grimlock, have you seen a
No,
Sharknado?
no, I haven't seen any of them.
I haven't seen any.
I know of them. I've never sat down to watch them.
No, I haven't. I've seen a couple
That's
of clips, but it's wow, dude. It's.
Yep.
But hey, they're having fun, and that's the whole point. It's kind of
Yep.
like the original Toxic Avenger. That was just dumb fun, and then they remake it as a serious introspection on the world today and Trump.
Of course.
It's like, dude, you completely missed the point. But then again, we see this all the time. And another thing that kind of irritates me, and I wonder if it irritates you guys as well. Um, so many people, whether they're woke or not, will take a story and they'll try to get down deep in it. It's like, what is they really saying? What's the secret behind it? Well,
Yeah.
maybe there
Yeah.
isn't any. Maybe
Maybe
someone
they just
just
like
wrote a
sharks.
story. Maybe
Yeah.
everybody isn't a freaking genius.
Well, and everybody isn't that neurotic either. Some
Right.
people are just like, you know what's kind of cool? Sharks and tornadoes. What
Yeah.
what do we do? How about we do some of that? All right,
Right.
cool.
So,
That's it.
relax. Maybe I
Yeah.
should watch one. But anyway, I just thought that was fun, interesting. Movie news: Sharknado 7 is coming, and of course, they are actually shooting a
Here it comes.
uh,
Zelda.
Zelda, and I still can't believe it took them that long to get to it. Now, this is much more of current affairs.
Christy Martin defends Sydney Sweeney amid Ruby Rose psychopath drama. Psychopath. It's a big word.
Well,
Psychopath.
the reason
There's very
they
few of those in the
That
world.
that's true. Most of them are just sociopaths. But
Yep.
Ruby Rose actually had said originally she called her a Cretan, and then she found out that Cretan is actually named after the island of Crete, and therefore that's somehow ableist. She apologized desperately and then changed the word psychopath.
What?
Yeah,
How is that ableist?
I have no clue. They're morons, dude. Keep that in mind.
What's wrong with
Um,
Cretians? What they
um,
do? They just
well,
try and live their lives, man. Why everybody shitting on them, calling
they,
them disabled?
they get a lot of shit on them, right? I mean, like, the Philistines, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Ruby Rose. The reason. Let me cut to the chase on this one. Of course, the wokies hate the fact that Sydney Sweeney, because she's not one of them. She's a normal country girl that's having some success. Did a commercial with jeans where she's showing off her boobies, but somehow she's
Uh-oh.
talking about politics and genetics, where clearly that's had nothing to do with it, right?
Well, she
Uh,
also dared to look good in jeans and do things that, like this is an interesting psychological phenomenon. I wonder if you guys understand this. What is it about a woman in just straight up blue jeans and no shoes or socks that's sexy? Why is that? What is the
yeah,
psychology
I
there?
don't know
Because
what it
every
is.
one of the ads is like that. Have you ever noticed? They
Oh
never
yeah,
have shoes on.
yeah,
So there's a reason for it. Anyway,
yeah. But because it works, because she's
yes,
she's comfortable at home with you, I guess is what it probably is.
I guess. Yeah.
But nevertheless, Ruby Rose is, and amongst others, are yelling and screaming, "How dare you!" Because I guess Christy Martin is gay or something, a lesbian of some kind, which I never knew. I remember when she came out boxing, it was like, oh, a chick that can actually box. I remember back in the '90s when she came out. But I didn't watch much of it because I have zero interest in women in combat sports. None.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
None. I don't. I'm a man. I protect women. I have no interest in watching them bloody themselves. Nevertheless, I
Mm.
do remember when Christy Martin came out, and like I said, I've seen her fight once or twice because I do love boxing. I used to watch a lot of it before the MMA killed it. But she actually could box. She's a legitimate boxer.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I had no clue whatsoever what her sexuality is, nor should I. Nevertheless, I guess she's a lesbian. And of course, Ruby Rose, the reason she's really upset is because she was up for this part,
Yes.
you see, and she got denied because so many in the community, or she bowed out or something. So many in the community were upset, like, you're actually gender fluid, you're not actually a lesbian, you are misrepresenting. They got upset at Ruby Rose, right?
How
And
dare she?
so how dare she even? But she's upset because they gave it to this girl of all girls, and she came out on a tirade. However, her tirade and others' tirades didn't last very long because Christy Martin, who ain't dead yet, came out with a little something to say. Grimlock, can you do me a favor and read this lesbian statement? Go ahead. It's over here on the
Let
right
me
as well.
see. All right. I've always been a fighter. My life
More lesbian,
reflected
please.
that
More
in every
lesbian. More
way.
lesbian. More lesbian. Okay. Try
He
try it
is.
again from
That's
the top. From
perfect.
the top. From the
That's
top.
perfect
Your
lesbianism.
your
Listen to
your
that deep voice.
your motivation.
I've always been a fighter.
That's better. That's better. Little Stallone. It's good. It's good. Okay, continue.
My life reflected. I can't take it seriously.
Come on, come on, come on. You're doing good. You're doing
It'll
good.
be like every fucking gym teacher I ever saw back in the day.
Right, right.
My life reflected that in every way, and now I fight for others. The past few days, I've seen some people attack my friend Sydney Sweeney. Sid not only worked her ass off for this film, she worked her ass off for me. Suggestive. For my story, for so many others suffering in silence. So I want to be clear about who Sid is. Sid is my friend and ally.
Well, you were leaning a little bit Sam Elliott there toward the end, but that's all right. I've always been a fighter. Anyway, so
Always been a
oh,
fighter.
Hey, look, if Christy Martin drinks Sioux City sarsaparillas, would you be surprised?
no, I wouldn't. And of course, like I said, she's clearly not that noisy because I've never even knew it. She's just a boxer. However,
Yeah.
oopsie, holy shit, oopsie. Roby
Hmm.
Rose just on a tirade, thinking that her whole little clique of assholes are gonna just jump on board with her getting this Sydney Sweeney girl. And keep in mind, Sydney is smart enough to know not to say anything. This girl has said nothing, right? Matter of fact, she
Nope.
gets in trouble for not saying something, right?
Yep.
But what an oopsie. Christy herself comes out and defends because obviously, if Sydney's going to do this movie, then she's going to have to talk to, oh, I don't know, the source.
Right.
And Sydney seems to be a sweet kid. She's a little country girl. She's probably real
You,
respectful to her. Didn't care one thing or another about any of that. And went did her thing, right?
yep.
Although this is not going to help your whole thing about being a pretty girl, though. Woof. But nevertheless, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's
It is.
hilarious.
It's all of it, Chester, is based in deep, deep jealousy.
Clearly,
Because Miss Sweeney effortlessly gets attention, publicity, and all these things, and or at least she makes it look effortless. I'm sure she actually probably works very hard. Uh, and these other females just seethe and rage and come up with various different justifications for their own actual envy because she dares to be an attractive young woman with very large, nice, succulent boobies. How dare her? How dare she exist in this? And just so we're clear, Miss Rose has
yeah,
basically none.
yeah,
You see,
yeah,
it's always the itty bitty titty committee that are miserable. Chester, you never see big, beautiful women who are attractive with nice tits that are out here being miserable. It's very rare
yeah, yeah.
comparatively to the itty bitty titty committee.
That's true. Just to
She's been a
remind you,
miserable
this is
bitch.
a Ruby
She's
Rose. Yeah.
Yeah.
she's long had a reputation for being a miserable bitch because if you guys remember back when the disaster known as Batwoman came out,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
she got fired after the first season because, depending on what reports you believe, she was a massive pain in the ass to deal with.
And it was
Yep.
also super woke. And the only thing I've ever seen her in, I saw
And
her
and
get killed
hilarious
in John Wick.
and the hilarious part of that is the LGBT was coming after her because they said she wasn't lesbian enough to play
No,
that
because
role.
she's gender fluid, supposedly, whatever that means.
Sometimes she feels like some nuts and sometimes she don't. That's what that fucking means.
Okay. Thank you for the help. But in my book, you're either female or you're not. Into females or you're not. It's very, very simple. Also, with this
I,
whole intersex stuff that they like to throw around, I love the fact that they constantly want to throw the intersex stuff out. But even with that, it comes down to this: you either have a Y chromosome or you don't. I don't care how many X chromosomes you might have or Y chromosomes, but you either have one or you don't have one. It's not very
but you know
complicated.
what? You know why they really hate Sydney?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you're seeing it. She's winning with silence.
She is. She's been very quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if, maybe her family's, talking to her, or maybe she's got some good management, or maybe she's just really level headed.
Well, she comes from a good country family, conservative family, and they're very supportive. And she's not. I hate my parents. She loves her
Yeah.
family. She is coming from that kind of. I think her family are ranchers or something like that. So she is coming from this environment, which is when we first saw her, I saw her as being a bit vapid. But as time has gone by, she's shown me that she knows how to keep her mouth shut, and that is a sign of intelligence.
Yeah. I love that interview that everybody's talking about with the
Yeah,
the progressive bitch,
trying to catch
and
her
she
out. Yeah,
and she just stared at her like a cat. You know how like sometimes you tell a cat to do something and just stares at you like, nigga, I'm gonna do what I want.
Yep.
yeah,
She
Yep.
gave her
Very
that
cat-like.
stare.
she did. And she said nothing. She said, "If I have something to say, you'll know about it."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically.
I love it.
But Yeah, no, me too. This girl is playing her part well, and she's being smart. I don't know what her true feelings are or anything like that, and nor should I. The
Yep.
fact of the matter, she's playing the game right, and she's going to get rich. This girl's going to get rich, rich. Now, will it ruin her? Is she already ruined? I have no clue, nor do I care.
No,
But
what'll probably end up happening is because she's pretty enough, she'll end up finding some very, very rich guy, probably a foreigner, and marrying him. That's usually how they cash out, the smart ones. Uh, once
yeah, sure.
because they know, I'm sure she knows too. She has a very short shelf life, for her
Very, yeah.
popularity.
She's not going
So
to age
she's
well. No.
yeah, she's already not. She's gonna have to have an exit strategy. So a lot of them, that's what they, even big porn stars, that's what they do. They end up marrying some rich foreign guy, and
Why
that's how
would
they
you
cash
marry
out.
a porn star? All right, what is
Ooh,
wrong with your brain?
I, I wouldn't, Chester. Why are you accusing me of these things? But there are men who apparently would, because so many of them end up that way. Even the biggest one of all time, Jenna Jameson, did. She married some rich Jewish guy, moved to Israel, and then converted to Judaism, and now apparently has allegedly converted back to Christianity. I don't know. I don't
What
make the rules, Chester. I'm just observing reality. That's all
what
I'm doing.
what is a
But my
Jenna
point is,
Jameson?
this happens. She was the biggest porn star of all time. I don't know if she still is.
Jenna
Oh
Jameson.
boy. Do you have Safe Search on?
Oh,
I
Yeah,
This is an old lady, dude.
yeah, from 20, 30 years ago. Yeah, she's been around a while. But she was huge. She was one of the first, probably the only, to actually like go mainstream as a porn star. She was huge
She
back in the
does
day.
look like a nasty porn star, though.
Yeah.
Ew.
But she was one of the ones who was, like I said, she was smart about it. She knew
Yeah.
what she was doing. She knew she had a shelf life, and she absolutely demanded to be paid what she was worth. And she was. She made all kinds of money. Uh, and then she pieced out.
I
Just
guess
that's what they do.
she's old now, so but
Yeah.
which is fine. We all get old. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing. I'm zero interest for me. Zero, zero,
There's one
zero.
where she was a little younger. Go
And
up.
and
you're a happily married man, so
yeah, but why
it
would I
should be
want
zero.
some used up porn star slut, dude? That's stupid. That's stupid. Jew man, you're stupid. Okay.
Yeah, they
Um.
are. Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
I don't get this. I don't. Why
Maybe she
would you?
makes a good matzo ball soup. I don't know.
I.
My point is,
You left it
is
up
if
there
you're
for
a
me,
I
man.
did. I
if
did.
you're a pretty woman, if you're an attractive woman, there's always a way to cash out with a rich simp. Unfortunately, money doesn't make men less of simps or more of chads or alphas or whatever terminology you want to use. In fact, it seems to make them worse. It seems to really make, because that's the only thing they've got for a lot of these guys. They don't have any actual, charisma or any actual aura or sex appeal, as we used to call it. So the only thing they really have is a big wallet. Well, there's some predator ass women out there they'll be glad to scoop that up. All
Yeah,
they
well,
got to do
that's
is
the
pretend to
point.
like them for a while.
Yeah, no, there's your point. Now, because you guys know for a long time, whilst I was trying to be a musician, I worked as a bouncer. And I usually
Hmm.
worked in strip clubs because there's more money in it. It's that
Oh
simple,
yeah.
right? But I've been around these whorish type girls a lot, right?
Yes.
And one thing I can tell you, the more dick they get, the more mercurial they get.
Yes.
It's very simple. This is why in your DNA, men, you don't want to, you don't have a problem playing around with them, but you don't want to marry a sluttish woman. Your DNA is telling you the fact of tens of thousands of years. The more sex a woman has with varieties of men, she becomes far less likely to be able to make any kind of connection to you and much more mercurial. Because keep in mind, women, I'm going to say it, are selfish by nature. It is built
Yes.
into them. It is a survival instinct. It's not even a bad thing. It's built in. And that
Well, it's a
survival,
bad thing when it hurts other people, but
yeah,
yes, it
but
is
if you
built in.
take us back to a hunter gatherer situation, it's actually very good.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, and then when you compile that with just getting all the D, right?
Which is easy for most
Which
women.
is very easy for even fat ugly girls. Um,
Yes.
they become incredibly mercurial. and therefore you want to stay as far away from it as you can. And
Yep.
the a porn star is like the worst, or maybe in this case, the best example of what not to do. But
Yes.
whatever. Where is this thing? Where is this thing I was just looking at? This thing. Yeah,
This thing.
nasty.
Man, poor Jenna, a thing, getting thinged. No, I agree with you. No, but my point is even the lowest of the low, the porn stars can still get the cash out if they're pretty, especially if they have a little bit of clout. It's just a lot of men have no dignity. They don't care. They just want that pretty little arm candy wife and a little crumbs of pussy she's going to throw him every once in a while to keep him happy, if he's lucky. And that's it. That's where they're at. Because the other thing is that people don't, especially people like us, don't seem to understand. A lot of men just aren't interested in women like we are. They're just not. They have no interest in sex, or very little. They just, or maybe they have the interest in the sex, but they don't have the interest in getting it with the women. They're too confusing. They're too frustrating. They're too whatever, or they don't have confidence. That could be part of it too. It's just too much work when they have other things they'd much rather do, like work or build their life up or play a fucking video game without having to hear about how lazy they are because they're playing a video game. Any of that bullshit. So a lot of guys end up what they do is they end up married to the first or second girl they ever have sex with,
Right.
and that's it. They're fine with that. They get sex every once in a while, however long, maybe once or twice, 3 or 4 times a month if they're lucky, and
Holy
that's just
shit.
the way. That's just the way they live, and they're fine with it. Most men that are in those
A
situations are
month?
perfectly
Not a
fine.
week?
Yes, yes, are perfectly fine in that sort of relationship because they just don't particularly like women. They don't hate them, but they're not gonna bend over backwards for it. I would say in America, especially, that's probably about 60 to 70% of men are that way. The ones who aren't that way are the ones who are out here banging everything that moves, racking up the body counts. But most men aren't like that. Most men are very
No, no,
chill.
no,
They'd be
no.
fine.
It's
They'd
true.
be fine with romance. They'd be great with it. But it's just so much work, especially in the modern world where there's just so many ways for these women to betray you.
Yeah.
It's just
I
not
I
worth it to
think
them.
yeah, I think the statistic is like 80% of men have slept with 1.7 women in their lives. Is
Yes.
the actual statistic. Maple Sheik has a plan though. He's got to
Uh
get
oh.
jacked and he's got to turn down chicks.
Yep. Yep. That's I'm with them on that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna get in the best shape of our lives, and we're just gonna break women's hearts just to try and humble these bitches a little bit. I watched this girl, some OnlyFans porn star chick, was on some stream with some guy, and they were bowling. It was them and a bunch of people. They were bowling, and she goes, "If I get a strike here, you can have sex with me, basically." And he goes, "I don't want to have sex with you." Straight face, deadpan, straight face. And he's like, "Why would I want to have sex with you?" And she literally freaks out and runs off the stream because he embarrassed her. But that needs to happen more to these women.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't look. There's plenty of beautiful women out there. In fact, I would say
sure.
the majority of them are at least attractive, at least fuckable. We don't need to put up with your bullshit, ladies. Any man who is, either got his shit together or at least somewhat able to speak to you like you deserve, uh, they're not going to put up with it. They
Yeah.
might they might sleep with you just because they're bored, but they're not going to put up with you long term.
No,
And that's just the way it is.
and you got to understand women are far more psychological anyway. It's more
Yes,
about it's in their head than what's in their eyes. They even though they
yes.
might act that way, it's not true.
It's aura, baby. It's
It
almost
is.
all aura.
It is.
Who's got the aura? Who's
Yep.
the big dick
That's
in the
right.
building?
That's right. Anyway, let's move on here from this travesty into another one.
James Gunn's woke Superman exposed by leftist Hassan Piker. Now, I wouldn't say that film's particularly woke, personally.
Well,
It's just not particularly good either.
no,
That's the real problem.
he's not really talking about what we would be talking about with woke. What he's talking about is the country that is represented in it, from his point of view, is representing Israel, and how much. Of course, Hassan Piker is mega Islam, right? Got to kill
Mhm,
the Jew, right? And
mhm.
You want to talk about
he's
this faggot, huh?
yeah. Well, I thought it was funny because a lot of people think he was arrested in China. He was not, unfortunately. Um,
Sadly.
No, I'm praying that he dies being beaten to death by the Chinese police.
is
Be a
that
real
your wishes? But
Oh yeah. Be a real shame.
he goes in here talking about the a lot of stuff we complain about. There's certainly analogs in the movie to Trump, to the Jews, to Russia. In regards to the Ukraine. There's plenty of that in the movie. It's not in your face. They don't take it seriously because James Gunn can't do anything but yuck, yuck, yuck. It's all he
Right.
does. Therefore, even if he was trying to tell a serious woke point, you wouldn't have been able to see it. But Hassan loved it. It was great. He saw the Jews in there. I see you, James Gunn. I see you. I saw them Jews. Got to hate them Jews. This is Cenk Uger's nephew, by the way, just so you guys who
Yeah.
Another
don't
one who
know.
deserves a good public lynching.
He's
But
full up on the old retard juice. Old Hassan.
yeah,
He got it
well,
from his uncle. It's fine.
they're radicalized Muslims, is what they are. But Hassan is particularly bad. He's much worse than his uncle. This guy is a full-on communist. He's proud of it. He wants to see the whole world communized. And he's just constantly getting himself in trouble. He was in trouble here recently because he was using a shock collar on his dog, which in and of
Yep.
itself is not an issue, right? It is a type of training. I've
Mhm.
never used one, but I mean, I understand that it is a type of training. But
It's the
basically,
type of training for a lazy fucking retarded piece of shit. But sure.
sure, but I'm just
Dogs are
saying
not hard to train. It takes 1 hour. I
it
can train any dog
does.
in an hour.
But he did that. He kept that dog in a state of shock for like 8 hours.
Yes.
He's an
That's
asshole.
definitely not how you do it.
No, he's an asshole. And like I said, I've never used it. I know with professionals, it probably can be used correctly. A lot of times, what they'll do with a shock collar is you'll have a perimeter set on the fence of your backyard. And when the
Yes.
dog goes near the fence, it will shock him, and therefore he stops going. We do the same thing with pigs, cows, etc., etc. So
Mhm.
it can be used correctly. Some of these people are like, "Oh my God, you shocked the dog." It's not that cut and dry. However, this guy abused it, and he did. It seemed to enjoy doing it. I've seen the
Yeah, it's a
clips.
piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit, and he's just a scumbag. And Asmongold, who I enjoy Asmon because Asmon doesn't. He cares, but he doesn't care, right?
Yes.
And his chat, his interactions with people are mixed, incredibly mixed. They're not all yay, Asmon's number one. They argue and fight with him all the time, right?
Hmm.
It's much more honest. But you can't rattle Asmon. You can't do it. This guy has been banging at the deep reaches of the internet since the beginning of this. Those gamer boys, those gamer bros, whatever they call them, you can't rattle them. You can't
No.
upset them with words. And Hassan tries. Asmagol laughs it off, and he has like a full on manic depressant break. And it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
It
Asmon
is.
just needs one little 1 minute video to send Hassan on a 3 hour tirade. It's hilarious. But
You
that's
love
the
to see it.
you do. And that's the thing with these wokies, these progressives. Their whole life is lived in a state of miserable panic. That's where they are.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's toxic and it's tearing up their bodies and it's causing them harm.
He's he's worse than that. He's everything that's wrong with this country
He is.
in
He
one
is. You're right.
baggedy package.
You're right. No, he is.
A,
Um
a, an immigrant who comes over from a rich fucking family, because
yep.
he keeps trying to pretend that he's not, from a
No.
rich fucking family. He has no talent, no skill. He contributes nothing to the world. If you execute, you could publicly execute this guy, and within an hour, people would forget you even did it.
Hmm.
Um, no, if I was the president, I would have revoked his fucking citizenship day one before I'd have done anything else. My first executive order: you and your uncle, you got 90 days. Get your shit the fuck out.
You do think he even knows who
Um,
they are though?
Who
with all
gives?
the Trump, as well as he was connected to the media, with all the fucking sucking puff pieces the media's put out about this faggot. Oh yeah, he knows.
Oh,
Well, we
He
know
knows.
for a fact that JD Vance does because he mentioned it in an interview.
he did.
He
He
mentioned the
did
dog collar
about the
thing.
dog thing, and it was hilarious. Another 3-hour tirade meltdown that
Yep.
Piker went on for that, completely missing the point that JD was making. But you know, and of course, in that case, JD Vance was right. You don't need to treat a dog like that. What's your point?
No. I've trained dogs of every size. I've trained aggressive dogs, timid dogs, all of it. It takes at most in my entire life, it's taken me 2 hours to do so, and that was the most stubborn dog I'd ever seen. But by the end of it, I could literally snap my fingers, and it would sit. I can
Yep.
do it with my 150-pound American Akita right now. If I walked in there and woke him up and snapped my fingers and pointed it in front of me, he would get up and sit in front of me. It's not hard. They want to listen to you. Dogs have this weird that we've put into them. A human race has done
Yeah, it's
this.
pack mentality.
That's this weird instinctual obedience to humans. They do it even as puppies before they can do much of anything else. You can test this out, especially smart breeds. Once their eyes are open and they can move around a little bit, point. Just point somewhere, like right close to them, and they'll come to it. No
Yeah,
other animal will do that,
yeah.
but puppies will.
Well, a cat might do it and then shit on the spot.
Yeah, well, or attack you because they're little bastards. But yes, the puppy will just come over and be like, "What do you want? What's up?"
Yeah, yeah. No, dogs. I've only had one dog. I've been around dogs, but I've only had one dog that was mine, and it was
Mhm.
very easy to train him. Yeah,
Doesn't take much.
yeah, yeah.
Doesn't take much.
They come and go. I mean, we built them that way. Um,
Yes.
the problem is with certain things, certain breeds, like say a pit bull, right?
Mhm.
If you know dogs and you know how to deal with them and you know the warning signs, et cetera, you can have a pit bull. But for the
Yep.
average person, you should not, because they
No.
were bred specifically for combat. That's what they are.
Same with Akitas. American
Yeah, yeah,
Akitas are combat killer dogs. They were bred to kill. People try to turn them into labs, and that's where you go wrong.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
not dangerous if you know they're still an animal. Like you have to know what you're dealing with, and you have to know how to handle them. So like for Silas, that's my dog. He'll still, because dogs do this, especially males, he'll try and do dominant stuff where he'll try and be the dominant one, and I have to stop him immediately. So like if he gets on the bed when I don't tell him to, he's got to get down immediately. And my wife's like, "Why are you making him get down?" I'm like, because if he for a second thinks he's in charge, he's dangerous. I can't
yeah,
have it.
yeah.
He cannot
But
think that.
it's also can be reactionary. There's a
Yeah.
story years ago where this lady was given a pit bull by one of her previous boyfriends, and of course she kept the dog, and the dog was fine, right?
Hmm.
But her kid got to a certain age, like 8 or 9 or something like that, 10, and the mother was trying to discipline him and tell him you can't do this. The kid, with bratty kid, got upset. He grabbed the cup. He threw it at the mother. Right, hit her
Yeah.
in
Hmm.
the nose. Her nose started bleeding. The pit bull killed that kid.
Yep. They're
Right,
protectors.
that's right. So
That's what they are.
so my point being is, it depends on the dog. Get the right one, right?
Hmm.
For your ability. Nevertheless, Hassan Piker, idiot. And yeah, James Gunn did try to put some analogs in. He did. But like I said, because everything was so yuck, 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 it's so funny, you couldn't see it, which is why people
Yep.
said there's no woke in it. There is woke. It is there.
Well,
But
there's gonna be in just about everything if you dig deep enough because these people, that's their ideology.
it is.
And it's very rare when an artist can make something that isn't just based on their own biases. It
Let me.
can happen, but
I'm
it's
gonna.
super rare.
I'm gonna ask Grimlock a question. Not you, Thundero.
Oh boy.
Uh oh.
Should we consider John Cena to be just the quintessential example of a sellout, or is he, man, he's just a capitalist making his way?
Um. Honestly, you can make an argument for both.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I didn't ask Thundera, because I know his answer.
John China.
Yeah, but
No, he's
But
a sellout. He's been a
it's
sellout since day one.
it's hard to say, dude, because this guy, holy crap, dude. Holy
Well,
crap.
J- John, he definitely. I don't know if it's because he's afraid of losing his spot, or maybe he's just one of those more docile personalities where he's not going to rock the boat.
Yeah,
If you
he's
tell
not
him to do something, he's
aggressive.
going to do it.
It's not aggressive guy. Dwayne Johnson seems to be a bit more aggressive. Although they were giving Dwayne Johnson a hard time because he was selling whiskey. And it's like, well, why not?
Who
Why?
doesn't sell whiskey?
I'm just saying he's just trying to make some money. What's the problem? But nevertheless, it's an interesting article if you want to read it. It's a lot deeper than just Hassan Piker, but it is just kind of looking at the more subtle wokeness of Superman. But I don't care about it because really, it's just a bad movie. Anyway, you guys want to watch the trailer?
What you
Sure.
got?
Okay. This is from Will Go USA Entertainment, and if you guys know, well, we've had on the channel, more particularly on the art side, because he's involved in comic book production stuff like that. But we do have some people who make animation. We have movie makers, and Pocket Jacks is one of those movie maker guys, and he has made. He was talking about it before. His movie is coming out, and here it is. And it's got some Army Hammer in it. So let's take a look, shall we?
People need medical supplies down south. And you
Okay.
know how to navigate the Apache. You could do it, alone, unaccompanied.
I'll be on my way inside him now.
Okay. It's got some recognizable people in it. It's a movie.
Ambushed by
It's
Apache?
but it's
Yeah.
barely though, film wise.
Help us out. We'd be beholden.
Okay. Oh, from
Where
the
are you
producer
planning to
Bone
go?
Tomahawk. That was
So,
talk about
You
lightning in
never
a jar.
survived going that way. Ain't nothing but hostiles.
Uh
there's
oh.
a fever epidemic.
Engines.
And that wagon's carrying medicine. It's simple, friend. Go north. Stay alive.
Okay.
We will commandeer that army vehicle if you don't oblige us.
So who's the threat here? Indians or white man?
Don't threaten me.
We
Okay.
can't go in that direction.
We can't.
I'll do what I have to do.
Okay. At least they look like
He
Indians.
bite you?
It's good. Aw.
He's trying to run away.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it looks like a kind of standard movie, huh?
You killed an Apache.
It's got a lot of faces in it. Good for him, dude. I didn't know. I kind of figured he was going to put out some really low-grade B movie, but no, it's like kind of almost looks like a little bit of a salary movie.
Not bad.
Yeah, good for you, Jack.
I don't hate westerns coming back. We need more westerns.
Yeah, yeah. So alrighty then. That's good.
That
Uh,
didn't look bad to me.
no, I thought it was fine. But I just wanted to show it off because it's one of our community. Of course, we always want to support everybody getting out there and doing their own thing. But good for him, dude. That's really, and I remember him talking about it. But now here it is. It took him a few years though, huh? Took a while to get it produced and everything like that. But it's neat. I didn't expect it to have any recognizable people in it. But
Mm.
I'll have to check it out when it comes out. There you go. And therefore, I thought we'd come over here to a trailer site and see if there's anything interesting for us. These are, up to date, what's been dropped. And I thought we'd go through this and you guys tell me if you want me to stop and look at something. Okay? Okay.
All right.
Kennedy, there's been enough made about him. He was not a good president anyway. Fuck off. Universe 25, whatever. Don't know. Wuthering Heights, again. Do we really need that? Fallout Season 2, didn't watch Season 1. Okay.
You should watch it. I think you'd like it.
Nope. Let's see. Monarch. So they got the Monarchs are like the little 10-minute monster clips, right?
Yeah, I know they have a whole show about the Monarch Corporation, I
But
do believe.
they're like 10-minute clips, right? They're not full on episodes,
Oh,
right?
I don't know. I've never watched a single bit of it, so I have no idea.
Okay. Um, Taylor Swift, the end of an era. Get on that, Grimlock. We got 6 episode
Ugh,
docu-series all about the Swifties, I think is what they
ugh.
call them. Okay. Um,
I
we
don't
are
understand Taylor Swift's popularity.
whatever, to each his own. SpongeBob movie, Search for the Square Pants. Hmm. You guys ever seen SpongeBob? I've seen a lot
Oh,
of it
of
because my
course.
kids loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Funny stuff.
SpongeBob's great.
Yeah, good fun stuff. And
The
David
I would say
Hasselhoff
it's the
is in Sticker
last great American, like, that type of show was probably SpongeBob.
Yeah,
For kids, and anybody can watch it type thing. I'm trying to think of one since then. Nope, I think SpongeBob's got the crown.
yeah, it was good. I seen a
It was
lot of it because my kids watched it
it
and
was
it was
that
fun.
and Fairly Odd Parents because
Yeah,
Norm
Fairly
Macdonald
Odd Parents
as
is pretty
Norm the
good too.
Genie.
Oh, really?
Fairly Odd Parents good too.
Okay. Well, we have Hot Summer Night, which just looks like a horror movie. The Housemaid Trailer 2, which is probably a horror. Devil Wears Prada 2. I didn't see the first one, nor do I ever want to.
In
That's
this
definitely a
trailer,
chick movie.
this this title here is just good advice. Good luck, have fun, don't die. That's
That's
just good
true.
advice.
That is good. That is good advice. Toy Story 5. Holy shit.
Yep, here it comes.
Mm,
It's happening. I really
played.
think they should have stopped at 3 personally, but that's just me.
So Chris Pratt is already in the dumb get paid comedy setting already.
That's not Chris Pratt. That's Reacher guy.
Oh, the
Kevin
Reacher guy.
Richardson.
Okay, he's existed there permanently. Merv,
Yeah. Merv. I'm
Timothy
assuming that's about the
Chalamet.
dog.
No, I'm assuming. The Plague. Influencers. Horror movie, I guess. Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. Don't care. It was dumb.
You don't like Kill Bill?
No, I hated that. Yeah. Good
Really?
Fortune, where Keanu plays an angel. Just don't let him talk. Arco. Okay. I'm not seeing anything that makes me want to click the button. Percy Jackson and Olympians season 2. There was a
Um,
season 1.
is that a movie about Jesus? Is that Nicolas
It
Cage
is.
playing Jesus?
No, he's playing Joseph.
Okay.
Yeah, him and Mary.
Not sure if that's better,
Um,
but okay.
well, it's the what happened after the manger,
Hmm.
right? And it's we can take a look at it. It's
Let's take a look at it.
our boy being himself. So
Oh, Nick. He's so hit or miss, old Nick.
Do you not believe your own visions?
he's a doubter. He's a doubting Thomas in this Joseph. And
Why is
and Jesus
You
is
shall not light the fire
more
on the
Gnostic
mulatto.
in this. I
Carry no
don't know.
burdens,
Because
Reaping.
Hollywood.
gathering.
why can't they just accept that Jesus was probably a blonde-haired, blue-eyed man, like
We
was
don't-
described by the only
No, it's
contemporaries
described several
of the
times.
time?
Dying.
I don't know why they can't just accept it.
Because it's too much power.
Look ahead. Tell
Like,
me.
it doesn't largely matter, but it's just so silly.
Evil.
Yeah, the carpenter's son. So it's a horror movie, and Jesus is
Why
Jesus is
do-
not a good guy.
Why do we need a Jesus horror movie?
What
We don't.
because, you know,
The answer to that question is we do not need this at all.
that would be the answer.
Does anybody want this?
No,
No,
don't care.
do not. Which is interesting that, like you said, it's a lot more Gnostic because Hollywood doesn't seem to shy away from the Gnosticism. They don't seem
Well,
to. That's very interesting to me.
because young Jesus is more human. It wasn't until he came back later as a man after all his training that he was, a prophet, right? In the Gnostics.
Well,
And
and
of
then
course,
it was that. I think if I can remember right, the Gnostic version of it was after he was baptized, is when he became
yeah, well, that was a big
divine.
shift from him. That is true.
Yeah,
And to be fair, the Septuagint gives you no account whatsoever, none.
right.
He's
Right.
born, then he's evangelizing. That's it.
Right.
So you go look at some of the extra Jewish stuff and non-biblical stuff. Then, of course, you go to Ethiopian Bible, Gnostics, stuff like that. We get a lot more information about the life of young Jesus. But
Hmm.
whatever. However, we have Song Blue, which is our boy Hugh Jackman doing. I think it's Neil Diamond or one of those kind of poppy singers guys. Uh, he's
Interesting.
um, he's not playing him. He's playing a tribute singer that and it's like a slice of life story. I saw the trailer. It's exactly what he wants to do. It's
Yes.
he was nice about doing Wolverine. He took it very seriously, yeah, very seriously, and thank him. We thank him for that. But
Hmm.
this is what he wants to do. Little musicals. That's his thing, where he gets to
He's a
sing.
little bit gay, to be
Well, I
honest.
think he's a lot, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen Extraction, Predator Wasteland. Okay. Um, if you want to go watch a kids network version of Predator, you can go see Predator Badlands. Oh, they're doing a re-release of The Mask.
Interesting.
This right here, Frankenstein. Still can't believe they didn't put that in the cinema, dude. That would have been the big one of the bigger hits of the year. Spartacus House Usher, I'm hearing horrible things. It's
Yeah, of
incredibly woke. So okay,
course it is. Which is ridiculous because Spartacus, the story of Spartacus, would fit their narrative very, very well
sure,
if they just told it from the perspective of the oppressed and the oppressor. But because it's about men, especially white men, well, we can't. We got to switch it up. Can't have
that's true.
that.
That's true. Frenzy Moon looks like a very, very low level a horror movie. Scream 7, didn't care about the first one, so why do I care about 7? Stranger Things, same thing. The
They're just
care
now getting to season 5 of Stranger Things. Holy crap!
they had a lot of delay. It looks like, yeah. And Bill Skarsgård doing Al Pacino, great. The Caretaker, that looks like Charles Bronson a lot.
It does.
I doubt he has the gravitas of our boy though. But
Well,
dude, look at that. He's so similar.
well, no one quite has the gravitas of Mr. Bronson. I don't think there's ever been a man alive with more gravitas than Mr. Bronson.
It's true. One of those people just walks into a room, right?
Yep, that's just his room now.
It
Okay.
is. Yeah. Zootopia 2. Interesting. Did we need that? Okay.
I mean, this first Utopia is okay. It's not a bad movie.
Yeah, I just did we need more though. Um Spinal Tap. No, fuck off. All right.
Not a Spinal Tap fan, huh?
Yeah, well, whatever. It's funny enough, I guess. Oh God, Hallmark. Hallmark is a bane of our existence. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything interesting. You guys seen anything you want me to click on?
No,
No,
Is
not
nothing
this
so
a
new.
far.
is this a remake or a relaunch of Silent Night, Deadly Night?
There's a new Avatar down there coming up here.
Yep. Fire and Water.
Fire and Water. Oh, that's a documentary about Avatar. I don't understand the Avatar thing. I don't know a single person that is like an Avatar fanatic.
Mm,
I've never met that person. I'm not saying they don't exist. I've just never met them.
yeah,
I don't know where they're at. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're hiding. But somebody's keeps making those movies make $2 billion.
sure. I also don't understand how you always have these little teeny Jew guys are fighting over a very mid girl. How many movies does that cover? 10,000?
It is quite a lot. It is very strange.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that is because it's too unbelievable if she's too hot. Like it's just like what are we
Yeah,
doing here?
well,
Come
that's
on,
true.
there's no way.
Bat Fam. Oh God.
Oh boy,
The Copenhagen Test, Invincible season 4, Wonder Man. Should we? I'll watch this and
don't
No.
then
do it.
yeah,
Don't do it.
this is going to be an atrocity.
I don't know
They've
why they blacked
selected
him.
one of your people and gave him our dirty laundry. Just so you know, Grimlock.
Oh, Wendy man.
The entertainment world is stunned today when internationally celebrated and reclusive filmmaker Von Kovac sprung out of retirement to
He's
sign on for a remake of Wonder
filmmaker
Man.
and he's
Mr.
an
Von
actor.
Kovac, could you tell us more?
Everyone is tired of superheroes.
But this guy again.
There is an opportunity to reimagine a whole genre
Oh,
of
boy.
storytelling.
Have you thought about casting?
So, what's this big audition you were talking about?
It's a huge opportunity.
So is the whole premise of this
I'm
they
auditioning for Wonder Man.
realized what they did?
Did you hear about Wonder Man?
I
don't know.
To be in this movie.
Ben Kingsley again
I was born
in
to play
another
this character.
Marvel property
Are you
where he's
serious?
not
But
playing
they are already
Mandalorian.
talking to Leo.
Or is he?
Don't know.
So another comedy.
Yeah, I don't know why they
By people
insist
who
on
can't
wasting
be
Ben
funny.
Kingsley.
What do you say, Grimlock?
By people who aren't funny.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to come up with a backstory for the character.
Well, trust the words. Just show up and say them.
That's not my process.
Who is this guy?
the
It's not
process
Ben
can go
King. It
blow
is Ben
spider.
Kingsley, right?
Yeah, that's him.
Guy's killing it in there, bro.
Where have I seen him before?
Pretty sure he used to be a terrorist.
No, it is
This is
him.
Slate whenever
Same
you're ready.
character.
Simon Williams, reading for Wonder Man.
Listen to me, Simon. The callback is happening now. Just be normal.
Normal man. The breakdown is go method.
Wow. What the hell is this? This
Come
has
in.
nothing to do with Marvel
Mr.
at
Kovac will
all.
meet you in the living room.
What is this?
I don't know.
To meet Von Kovac.
Yet another huge piece of evidence as to why Kevin Feige should be
The
fired.
place between fiction and non-fiction.
That's tight.
So,
We are going
but it's
to
making
make
fun
the
of
last
Hollywood as well.
movie on Earth. No one will have the balls to make another. And action!
Any,
So it's
news
just
from
pure
Von
comedy.
Kovac?
There is news. You'll be the first to know.
Unless you call me again, in which case I will never tell you.
Okay.
I have no idea what I just watched.
So
That
the whole
is
point of that is
weird, dude.
they're doing a Wonder Man in this universe. They're remaking Wonder Man, a character they acknowledge is traditionally white, and they're casting a black dude.
No, it is
So some,
a race swap. Yeah, it is a race swap. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm saying that was the whole premise of the fucking trailer too.
Yeah, but I mean,
So
we didn't see.
they're trying to be meta.
Yeah, but
Yes.
the whole thing was just like one of those comedies about how silly Hollywood people are. What does that have to do with Marvel comic books?
Nothing. It was
And
probably some more Rick and Morty writers. Fucking Kevin Feige jerks off too. I thought that shit was fucking funny,
can,
and now
can I ask?
here we are suffering again.
Can I ask where were the superheroes in the superhero series,
I don't
show,
think it
whatever
is
it
a
is?
superhero thing. I don't think it's superhero at all. I think it's just a
That,
comedy.
that's my point. Like, what are we doing here? Like, why even call it Wonder Man? What are we doing? Like, what was the point of this?
Well, it looks
That's
like
worse
that's
than the She-Hulk. At least She-Hulk was, She-Hulk. She still was
right.
She-Hulk.
But in this premise, they're making the Wonder Man movie. They're being meta, as Grimlock had said.
No, I
Where
understand.
yeah,
I just why?
yeah.
Nobody
Well,
asked for
it's
this.
very weird.
I mean, it's not like we asked for Wonder Man. I mean, Chester did, but the rest of the public largely doesn't really care about Wonder Man. It's just reality.
Well, I love West
So it's not
Coast
like,
Avengers. So
yeah, not like anybody was banging down the door for some great Wonder Man content from Marvel or from Disney. But you're not getting that anyway. This has nothing to do with Wonder Man.
well,
That I could see.
no, and you're on, and I guess not. It's very meta. But the reason I like Wonder Man is very simple. If you remember, a lot of characters in comic books start as bad guys or vigilantes and become good guys. Hawkeye, for instance. But no
Yep.
one remembers that Hawkeye started as a bad guy because they beat that history to death and just made him pure good guy. Wonder Man started as a bad guy with his brother, which we've had long conversations about his brother, right? But who stayed a criminal. And he ended up becoming a good guy, working at the West Coast Avengers. But his past and his questionable ethics never left him. So he's always been that character that is always trying to, redeem himself. It was one of the reasons why I like Wonder Man. So, but I don't know what the hell that is. So, just leave it right there, shall we? We're going to leave it right there. Okay. Let's go over here and see what's going on in the box office mojos. All right. This is from Lionsgate, of course. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Which number is this? The third one? The fourth one?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think it's only the second, isn't it? Maybe a third.
No, it's at least the third, minimum third. This has got the guy from Cheers, the weird guy from Facebook movie. Also
Yep.
played Lex Luthor there, and some other people. Being amazing illusionist and stealing money and saving the world and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Anyway, it came out, made some money. To be fair, I doubt the budget on this is going to be very high. So, it made about almost 40 million. It's probably not so bad. Maybe it'll make money in the long run. I don't know. I just don't know who wants more of it. The first one was like, oh, okay, cool. Interesting trick. Second was like, oh my God, please stop. And now I have a third one. Grimlock, are you going to run to the theater to see Now You See Me? Now you don't?
No.
No. But it's got that
No.
dude from the Facebook movie and the bad Lex Luthor, though. It's got him in it.
I didn't watch the first two, so I definitely will not be watching this.
It's got the Woody Harrelsons in it.
Still ain't watching it.
Okay. Your loss. Anyway.
I know, just heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking. But to be fair, though, I doubt this was very expensive. And they look like they might make their money back. Cool. I mean, I could be wrong. They might have spent stupid money on it, I guess. But I doubt it, though. So maybe that'll be all right for them and their little thing. This right here is the talk of Box Office Mojo, though. They've remade Running Man to be much closer to the book.
Mm-hmm.
And now it seems that people understand why the original movie was made to be different from the book. Because keep in
Yes.
mind, this is Stephen King, right?
Yes.
Once again, he's getting a lot of love recently. A lot of love.
One thing I'll give Mr. King, the one thing that he's very, very good at, very, very, maybe the best of all time, is he can create a very interesting premise.
Yeah.
His questions for his stories, because that's what a premise really is just the question, are phenomenal. They might be the best ever. The problem is the way he answers those most of the time is stupid. Like, a child orgy. That was,
well, that's
a little rough.
Yeah.
A little rough one there.
Now, keep in mind, the similarity from this movie and the Arnold Schwarzenegger one are not similar at all. They're radically different, right? There are no.
And I'll tell you right now, the Arnold Schwarzenegger one is awesome. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's good. It's simple little arena movie, right? It's fun,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
This movie is way deeper. It gets into the politics of what King was trying to say in that book, where the original didn't care really very much, and if it did, it just beat you over the head with it. But they spent money. I don't know how much the production was, but I know they spent a lot of money on advertising because this movie trailer has been popping up every freaking where. It's so annoying. They spent money on the marketing for sure. So I don't know the overall costs, although there seems to be a lot of boom booms and bang bangs in it. So those are expensive. And they have made a total of $14 million opening weekend. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty bad.
It's not good. It's not what you want.
Yeah.
You need more than that. Gonna need a lot more than that, guys. Gonna have to pump them numbers up.
Yeah.
It's not good.
But a lot of people.
No one is going to see
Paramount,
these.
by the way. No, they're not.
No one is going to see these anymore.
And keep in mind that most people probably don't even know that Running Man is a King property. Most people probably don't even know that. But this was the one that was supposed to be a big banger this weekend. Mm-mm, nothing. Let's see. The Badlands. Are you doing better out there, buddy? Nope. Not going to make your money back. Let's see here. Black Phone 2. That was making some money. Let's see. Yeah, they made their money. They're in the black for sure. Black Phone 2. Nuremberg is that Russell Crowe picture. The Keeper. Okay. Wow.
The Keeper.
It's not a lot of money. Let's see here. A romantic anniversary trip to a secluded cabin turns sinister when a dark presence. Okay. Okay. We've seen a million of those. Let's see here. Nope. 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 This is still here. How in the hell is Kimetsu no Yaiba still here? What
They're
the
still
hell?
pushing it.
Jesus, look at the number. It made 200
Yeah.
million last weekend. Dude,
Yeah. Why not? What's the problem?
dude,
It
200
must it must
million.
have opened in another big market. That's the only thing I can figure.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
it did. Look at the breakdown right there.
Is
Down, you
this
go
thing
down
going to
there.
break $1 billion, man?
If they keep messing around, it just might. It just might. I mean, it's probably going to once it gets in the secondary market for sure. 100%.
Oh, it's a there. Oh my God, dude. What a this is the banger of the year, isn't it?
Yep. An
It
anime
is
movie.
insane. I mean, good for
That
them,
doesn't tell
man.
you the cultural shift that has happened in the country. Nothing else will. Right here. This is it. Here's your evidence.
Wow. I haven't even seen this movie. I guess I got to watch it. But I did watch the first season. I don't know if they've had a second one yet, but holy cow, dude. That's insane. They had the best weekend of anybody here, but it isn't charting up top because it's old. That's insane, dude. All right.
Yeah.
King Ivory. This is probably for Grimlock. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
It's very, very political too. My. Okie dokie. Let's see here. Muzzle, City of Wolves. Wow. Alrighty then. Now this is just a little dumb B action flick. Nothing interesting there. Arco. Is this? Oh yeah, I saw that. Boy, that didn't do well.
Didn't seem to make a lot of money.
Was there's
Well,
a
world widest release, 2 theaters, and it made that much. Wait a minute, that can't be true.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. Yeah, well, that's not bad then. Maybe it opened in California because it seems to be about rainbow people. So sweet. They all went out to a weekend together. That's good. Better than out there rioting. Um, okay. Pretty standard. Made some money though. Rebuilding. Oof. Oof.
Wolf.
Yeah. FEMA bad movie. Okay. Great. Anyway, there you go. This has been the absolute shittiest year ever, dude. This year is worse than last year, don't you think?
It is. Yeah,
Yeah,
they have the numbers. I think it's like 18%, something like that, down from last year, which is an insanely high figure when you think about it.
dude,
Uh, it's not good, but
it's
we still
bad.
do have a couple big releases, I believe, coming in December. So they might be able to correct it some, but
Right.
it's still not good. It's
Well, we
still not
usually get
good.
nice stuff in Christmas. That's true around Christmas, but we'll see.
Okay.
But it's been a horrible year, and last year was god awful. It was god
Yes,
awful. But this year I do have two movies in my head. F1, best race movie ever made. Amazing.
I need to watch that. I need to
Um,
watch that.
Frankenstein, it is my favorite adaptation of Frankenstein for sure.
Mm, mhm.
Guillermo del Toro did a great job. You could see the love gushing from him every scene, dude.
He
Yeah,
finally got to make the movie he's
he
always
did.
wanted to make. That's
He
why.
did. He did. Good for him. But that's the only thing that sticks in my head. I know a lot of people talked about weapons, and we acknowledge that. But that's
Mhm.
just because the movie-going audience is kind of stupid, and they think there's
Well, yeah,
there's more depth to that movie. There's not. There's no depth at all. Yeah. He
pretty
went to
straightforward.
Wikipedia, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Hey, listen, Wikipedia is a fine source, Chester,
Uh-huh.
if you're,
Yeah.
retarded.
Okay. So, Grimlock, what's your favorite movie of the year so far?
I don't have one.
It's been a bad
I
year,
don't think
dude.
I've watched this.
It's been a bad
I
year.
don't think there's been a single movie that has interested me this year. I might watch Frankenstein later on
If you
because
like
Del
Frankenstein,
Toro,
it's great.
well, Del Toro usually, that's is usually a safe one right
It
there.
is,
So
and this is very classic Del Toro as well. Yeah. Um, but he's also kind of reserved. A lot of times his visuals, he'll let them just go crazy. He pulled it back. He knew the medium he was working with. He knew what he had to deal with. And he pulled it back, which is why I think it's, such a great film from him. Um, do you like racing movies, Grimlock? Did you like Maverick?
I'd rather I'd rather watch. I don't watch Tom Cruise movies, so
I know. Well, this is Brad Pitt, so safe. But
uh,
okay, we don't like him
I'd
either.
rather watch a race than watch a movie about racing.
Fair enough.
That
They
makes
do a
sense.
good job, though, dude. They really do.
And speaking of racing, shout out to the American legend John Force for retiring this week
What?
after an amazing 50-year freaking career.
Who is he?
John Force.
Yeah.
He is I guess you could say, one of the all-time greats in NHRA drag racing. He's
Oh, okay.
won
Okay. Yeah.
a ton of titles. His daughters followed in his footsteps and became champions. So if you're familiar with the scene, you know the name.
Oh yeah.
But he decided to hang it up this week.
Okay. Well, I've
So
probably seen him race then, because I do watch
yeah, you
occasionally, but I
probably
don't know
have.
anything about it. So, yeah. um. Well, just for your information, Grimlock, I went and asked the Google AI what the best movies of the year, and they have a list here. Would you like to know what you're supposed to be watching?
Oh Lord, let's see what Chat GPT thinks I should have watched.
Lilo and Stitch,
Oh,
number one. Jurassic World Rebirth, number two.
you.
Number three, Kimetsu no Yaiba. Hmm.
Okay, that's one decent one.
Number
I've
four,
never watched any Demon Slayer.
Fantastic Four.
Suck my dick.
Yeah. They also have Thunderbolts here, Train Dreams, never even heard of it, Black Bag, never heard about, One Battle After Another, which is all about Trump bad movie. It's super woke with DiCaprio in it. Happy End, Good Boy, and On Becoming a Guinea Fowl. Whew. Kidok. So there you
You
go.
know,
That's what you're supposed to be watching, everybody.
at some point, after 10 years of bitching about this guy's legal thing, they'd be like, I think people get the message. No, they're like,
No,
you're just gonna keep beating that dead horse.
they are. Now Roger Ebert, his of course is dead, I think. But they're
Yes.
giving a list of things to watch, and it's just as abysmal. Yeah. So anyway, it is what it is. How about you, Thunder? Favorite movie of the year?
It's a good question. What have I watched this year? Sonic 3? I think that's probably it.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
That
And
came out
that's
this year? I
honestly,
thought that came out
I'm
last
pretty
year.
sure. No, I didn't come out beginning. I thought it was the beginning of this year. Maybe not. I could be wrong. That's how abysmal the year's been. I could completely be wrong.
It is bad.
I'm genuinely trying to think of one other than that, and I got nothing. I'm trying. Let's see. When was the last time I even went to the movies? What did I see?
I
It
saw the
was a
Tom
few
Cruise
months
movie.
ago. Oh, I went and saw. No, I watched Superman. Did I go see Superman in the movie theater? Or did I watch it here? I think I watched it here.
Yes. Sonic 3 came out last year.
Oh, well, there you go. That should tell you everything you need to know about this year. I can't think of what. I know I've seen something in the theater, but I can't remember what it was or how good it was. So yeah, that should tell you everything you need to know. The last time I went to a movie, and was blown away was Top Gun Maverick, which
Yep,
was 3 years
which
ago.
was good fun. It was good fun.
Yeah,
And I did see the Top Gun, not Top Gun, the Mission Impossible movie this year in the
I
theater,
need to
and
see
it was
that. Yep.
very mediocre.
Yep.
But you can also see it was clearly shot during COVID, obviously. Everything in the
Hmm.
movie is close ups. Everything.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But whatever. We're going to get more of that. We've already covered that. Looks like we're getting a TV show. I wonder if Tom will do a cameo, or will they just completely recast and go with it?
That's a good question. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I
He's
mean,
not much of a TV guy.
no, money talks though. But I'm kind of wondering what they're going to do with that. Will we get the Ethan Hunt story again and go back to the 80s or something like that? Or will they move? I'd
Maybe.
rather see him move forward. Just do a new team, a new
What I would like, we talked about, is him to
MIM.
just take over. Yeah, take over and be the head, the
Yeah, let me be the
director.
boss. Yeah,
Yeah, and then he doesn't even have to make full cameos. He can just do voice lines when he delivers the missions.
yeah, and they could probably shoot within a week an entire season of his showing up, right?
Right.
Yeah,
His involvement.
yeah. That would be. It could be fun. It could be fun. Not for Grimlock though.
Yeah, no.
No.
Well, if Tom Cruise ain't in it, he might watch it.
Well,
I respect it.
I remember the original Mission Impossible when I was a kid in syndication, and it was fun.
Mhm.
Although I
Mhm.
think my favorite that type of syndication was the Wild Wild West, though.
Yeah. Oh, the wife and I. This isn't a new movie. It came out almost, I guess, a decade ago now. But the wife and I watched The Man from U.N.C.L.E. with Henry Cavill.
Oh yeah,
It's a
it's not
real
bad.
shame that that didn't make any money, because that was fun. That was a good movie.
It was
It
pretty
was very
solid. Yeah,
interesting how they took his character, Napoleon Solo, the main character, and he has no real love interest. There's still a little bit of love story, but there's no love interest really for him. He just bangs chicks. I'm like, all right, okay, that's fine. He's not no simp, I guess. But it's a interesting little movie. I highly recommend it. It's a shame it bombed horribly
yeah,
in the world, out there in the world, because I wish they would have made more. I thought the cast had really good chemistry, and I think Henry did a great job
yeah.
as that character. He was perfect.
Army
Yeah.
Hammer is pretty good in it too, playing the Russian.
Yep.
But the interesting thing, one of my students, she's off to university now, but she was in my school for a decade, right? And
Hmm.
she absolutely adores that movie. Army Hammer is her Twitter patient.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
Oh my.
She does love herself some Army Hammer, and it's a level of the obsession I dared not even give an opinion on the movie.
And the girl playing the main chick in that movie is really cute. Little cutie pie.
She is, yeah.
Little cutie pie.
You're correct. It's not a bad little movie. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate that they didn't market that right, or they didn't pull that off right, because there's nothing wrong with that movie whatsoever. But
It's real good.
nevertheless, that's what I got you for you today.
That's it, folks. That's all, folks, as the pig once famously said.
Yep. And we made it all the way through the show. Nothing dropped. No problems. Everything's running nice. So this system is up and running, and we had no trouble. So excellent, excellent. Uh,
Excellent.
you got anything to offer the people's Grimlock?
No, don't say anything else. It's been a rough year for movies if you're a moviegoer.
Oh my
Feel bad
God,
for you.
dude, it's been real bad. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I've always enjoyed cinema. But hopefully before I die, we'll get a resurgence, and I imagine we will. I think next
Mhm.
5, maybe 10 years, we'll see a little bit of comeback. The '70s was the same thing, if you remember.
Yep.
Well, for all those of us old enough.
The old
Um,
hats.
yeah, yeah. The '70s was the same thing. It was an absolute collapse of Hollywood, and we got all these indies coming out with amazing stuff. So maybe we'll get that again. Maybe Sharknado will save the day.
It will. It's going to reignite Hollywood
Yeah,
to levels we haven't seen since 1975. You watch. It's going to. Watch,
yeah.
Chester. That's a prediction.
Fair enough.
Bold, I know.
Fair enough. Well, take us out of here, dude.
The wicked can pretend to virtue, but the virtuous never will.
It's true. Namaste. Later, everybody.